Good morning, everybody. It is always a wonderful morning whenever.
Not next Monday, but the Monday after, gonna go get a facial.
Good morning, T-Rex. Go get yourself some rest. I knew I was going to do that on purpose.
Good morning. I'm
Good
awake
morning.
today.
Hey, Eris. Good morning. Oh, let's go for it. So, explain now. What is the story
Oh,
behind that?
oh, we married Brandon against his will yesterday, but then Eris left us, so.
Oh. The other Mrs. Lesko. Hello, my love. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. So this week is started out insane. Really. I mean, right off the bat, just dumb things have been happening. Really dumb things. And of
Oh,
course, it's one of those where I found this story really interesting because I had no idea what exactly was going on. I saw this over the weekend, and it was mm, how's the best way to describe it? Uh, Not entertaining. This plane came in.
oh yeah, that's the plane from Ohio.
Yeah, that landed going into Naples. It was going into Naples.
Yeah,
Boom.
it was all over my feeds because Ohio, duh. Like everybody was posting about it.
Yeah, I mean that is just absolutely insane. I don't know all the details on it. I just know that there was a plane carrying some passengers, and they were from Ohio. Is that correct?
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. But yeah, I was like, that's never any good.
No, plane
What is it?
crashes
Hey,
usually
Schomburg.
aren't.
He got two nagging naggers that nag. Yeah. Hey, Sean Bird. Good morning to you. But yeah, I had no idea that there was a plane that went down. It happens, but it looks like they're, of course, like I said, I would be talking about politics on this good morning just so I can get Eris all worked up so she goes over to Mo and gives him a hard time. But we did find because you were well, we are talking about Ohio, so we've
Hmm.
got this right here. Columbus, Ohio, two fired First Energy Corps executives were indicted Monday for the long running investigation into a $60 million bribery scheme in Ohio that has already resulted in a 20-year prison sentence for a former state house speaker.
Oh,
Former First Energy CEO Chuck Jones and former First Energy Services Corps Senior Vice President Michael Dowling were charged in relation to their alleged roles in massive corruption case, Republican Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost announced in an online news conference. Their actions over a period of years have undermined confidence in state governments, the rule of law, and nearly made them even richer men than they already are. There can be no justice without holding the check writers and the masterminds accountable. They were fired in October 2020 for violating company policies and code of conduct, and then given their numerous mentions in earlier indictments and court proceedings, the lack of indictments has been notable as a 5 year statute of limitation years. That's insane. They both pushed back on Monday, denying any wrongdoing, accusing Yost of false assertions. For more than 3 years, a false and unfair narrative surrounded Chuck Jones and other current former employees of First Energy, the company to which Mr. Jones devoted his entire 42-year career. That ends today. His attorney, Carol Rendon, said in a statement Mr. Jones did not violate the law. He did not bribe anyone. He acted in the best interests of First Energy's customers as well as its employees and investors and never betrayed their trust. Now said a grand jury in Summit County, home to Akron, Summit County home to Akron indicted Jones and Dowling on Friday, and that the two men promised to turn themselves in Monday to the Summit County Jail, but then did not. Jones said, though his attorney said he was in Akron when the comment was made, awaiting instructions from the court as how to proceed. Both he and Dowling were scheduled to be arraigned on Tuesday. Monday's announcement also additional charges against Sam Randazzo, former chair from Public Utilities Commission of Ohio, is already facing 11 accounts of charges centered around allegations he accepted bribes from Akron-based First Energy Corp in exchange for regulatory favors. Jones, Dowling, Randazzo faced combined 27 new felony counts announced by Yost, including bribery, theft, engaging in corrupt activity, tampering with records, and money laundering. Jeez Louise. Dowling disputes Yost's allegations that made the payment represented any kind of bribe, vowing to prove his innocence at trial. He said the sum represented the final annual installment from the 2015 settlement agreement between First Energy and someone in Ohio, a trade association. Oh, it's Trade Association of Large Commercial Energy Users. And this decision to make those payments through SFA was made by First Energy's legal. Hey, Chris Mullen, glad you could make it in. And good morning to Lee Pip.
Man.
The allegations of this indictment are completely false and not supported by any credible evidence whatsoever. One of his lawyers said in a statement, "It's shocking that public prosecutor's office would return an irresponsible indictment to have any evidence to support the charges in the indictment." And knowing the way that our politics have been running lately and our justice system has been running lately, it's hard to believe what side is which. Like, did these guys break the law, or is it that they're just going after whoever they possibly can? That becomes like the big question. You
I
can.
mean, this happens everywhere. They just happen to get caught.
Oh, I'm sure they got caught, but like I said, it's hard to know: is it true or is it not true? This is something that you probably won't see the trial of this.
No.
They'll release like the court transcripts later on, but you won't hear.
Yeah. They won't air the trial. Every single trial in this country should be live streamed. Every one, every time.
Yep, should be just an open feed to the court.
Yep. Including the
Just
Supreme Court.
Yep. Just so you can see everything that happens. Oh, the
Yep.
Supreme Court, they do have it on audio, so you can hear it.
Well, no,
Which,
you should be able to see it live as it's happening, not get an audio thing when they feel like it.
right. Oh man, back scratchers are glorious. I need like one of these in every room. Ah, waking up early in the morning like this. An 81-page FBI complaint from July 2020 detailed how the executives of First Energy interacted with the householder and others indicted in the scheme, as well as in identifying 84 phone contacts between Jones and former speaker. God, I hope my phone number's not on there. That would really suck. Just imagine if your phone number was on there just by some random choice, like, like dude called me up and was asking for like, where his McDonald's was. And, being me being the Uber driver, I was running late or whatever. I don't know. That just really sucked. It doesn't look like it's anything spectacular except for they took a bunch of money. Hooray. It's amazing how people can just slide on in there, take your money, and they might serve a little bit of time in prison, but it's usually going to be one of those white collar prisons where they're not sitting there with worrying about any
cupcake.
yeah it's just like, my lord. So there's I've seen some of this guy. I don't know a whole lot about him. He's interesting to say the least. RFK Jr. So he ran an ad for Super Bowl ad for RFK Jr. stirs Democrat and family tensions over his independent White House bid.
No.
Just like, why? Why are they getting all stirred up? I don't know. Robert Kennedy Jr.'s presidential ambitions resulted in public family drama after a political action committee aired a Super Bowl ad invoking the Democrat family's legacy to implicitly compare the independent candidate to his assassinated Uncle President John F. Kennedy. The 30-second spots, financed by American Values 2024 Super PAC, that is backing Kennedy, featured a shortened version of a campaign song that the 35th president used in his 1960 campaign. The spot almost mimicked cartoon and newsreel effect using black and white pictures of RFK Jr., similar to JFK, but in a notable departure from Kennedy's bygone Democrat Party dynasty. The ad urged Americans to vote independent. Ooh, so bad. Why would you vote independent? Go to sleep. No, because RFK is a wild card like Trump. Well, and it's both the RNC and the DNC there that are fighting having him do anything, having Kennedy do anything, because they both believe, and I say this, they both believe that it will take away from their candidate. And it's just like, well, get over yourselves. How
Yep.
about this? Why don't you go? Why doesn't everybody go ahead and vote independent and vote their conscience and not vote on any particular party, but vote on who they believe is going to do the best damn job? Here's that would be
No,
a
that
novel idea.
those little letters, they're too much.
Got to have the R or the D in front of it. Vote your conscience, because that is what it's more about. If you don't like Trump for whatever reason, then don't fucking vote for him. If you don't like, Biden, don't vote for him. If you don't like RFK, don't vote for him. I mean, it's the same way with, our YouTube channels. If you don't like it, you
Yeah.
don't go in there and attack the people. You just change this channel and go, well, I like something else. It's really
Yep,
easy.
YouTube is a big place. Go find somewhere you do like.
Exactly. There's something for everybody here on the YouTubes. After the game, Kennedy responded to online criticism, including one of his own cousin, emphasizing that his campaign did not produce the spot, which cost an estimated $7 million. I'm so sorry if the Super Bowl advertisement cost anyone in my family pain, Kennedy wrote late Sunday. If it did, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
apologized. I would
I
not
had
have
that come up in
apologized.
my X account, like, it popped up as a notification. Like,
Yeah,
"Oh, okay." I didn't watch the Super Bowl at all or any of the commercials, so
no. Same here. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I don't know why he would even apologize. Be like, I made an ad. So it was
yep.
it was similar. It was a good ad. I'm like giving kudos to what somebody else did. The ad was created and aired by American Values without any involvement or approval from my campaign. Love you all. God bless you. Blah blah. Still, as of Monday morning, Kennedy and the ad pinned to the top of his X profile, our momentum is growing. He wrote, "It's time for an independent president to heal the divide in our country." Bob, do you think JFK Jr. or RFK Jr. is whatever his name is? It's RFK, isn't it? Yeah. Well, anyway, Kennedy. Do you think Kennedy does his own Twitter?
No, none of them do.
I think the only one that does is Trump. That is the only one that does.
I'm not even
And
so sure he
and
does.
he may end up giving it to somebody else. He tells them exactly what he wants to say, and it lets them put it in.
Maybe.
Maybe because RFK is a wild card. Yeah, like Trump. Yeah. Oh, but it's troll season. I'm troll hunting, Shizzy. Don't take my fun away. No, it's all in fun. So Bobby Shriver, whose mother Eunice Kennedy Shriver founded the Special Olympics, hammered. That just sounds so wrong. Hammered her cousin.
I read his cousin. Oh,
Like founded
okay,
the
Daddy.
Special Olympics and then hammered her cousin. Oh, jeez, Louise. Over the spot of his opposition to the Kufvex and other diseases. People are allowed to have their opinions. That's what makes it so difficult on the YouTubes and the other places where freedom of speech is not allowed. They do not want you to say certain things or do certain things. They want to take
Right.
away that ability. It's much easier
Well,
to other somebody.
I'm okay with YouTube setting their policies, and this is what, but make it count across the board. What
Yeah,
I'm not okay with is that rules only apply to certain channels.
certain channels or certain colors or certain sexes or some crap like that. And it's just like, no, have it apply the same equally all the way across the board. have it be equally offensive, then, then what would be the point? You know, this is, I think they fear the independence of the people is what it boils down to. They really fear the independence of people being able to make up their own mind, to see what they want to see, whether they agree with it or not. It's the same way. I showed this video to Farrell this morning that if I show it on my channel would probably get it deleted.
Yeah, for sure. We would need the whole stream would just get yanked.
Yeah, I mean
Your
it would
channel
nuke
stream.
channel, stream, everything. It would be nuked. Shizzy Wiznut would be no longer on the YouTubes. I guarantee it. And you know what it is? It is a person asking to be voted for. That's it. Just asking for a vote. Talks about service to their country and asking for a vote. But because of their political ideals, you can't show it. Do I agree with their political ideals? Absolutely not. But
No.
I can't even show it on here. It's horrible. I mean, because it puts into perspective that every human being on this planet deserves some sort of, being heard, whether you agree with them or disagree with them. It doesn't matter. I mean, and trust me, I don't agree. Oh, that's bad. I don't agree with this
Oh,
person
shizzy.
at all. I don't agree with this person at all. But I also think that their voice should be heard. Oh no, trust me, this is something that it would remove this. You would watch this channel go down so damn fast. Like, yeah, it would be something like that. It'd be something like that. hmm You probably saw it too in your feed. Whew. Anyhow, my cousin's Super Bowl ad used our uncle's faces and my mother's. They would be appalled by his deadly healthcare views, respect for science, vaccines, and healthcare equity. Damn, there it is, equity. That big word that people use that they don't understand what it means. They don't understand what this equity means. Yeah, I don't think it was part of her DNA as much as they want to say. Shriver, whose father, Sergeant Shriver, founded the Peace Corps. Oh, well, here we go. We go from one. These are wonderful people. One founded the Special Olympics and the other one founded the Peace Corps. Wow. Also alluded to his own work in expanding healthcare access in the developing world. Oh, that just sounds so wrong on so many levels. Whenever you say expanding healthcare access into the developing world, you know what it's saying? It's saying that all of those others, those countries that are not American, those little places like South America and South Africa and so most Latin American countries, they're developing countries. They're not quite up to standards. They're below us. They're the beneath us. All those brown and black people, they're
I
different than us.
mean,
They haven't
Americans
they
think everybody's below us, so
Oh, of course. It's just you want to see how people really feel about you whenever they start calling you things like this. You're part of the developing world. Countries that have been around much longer than the US, much longer than the US, and you still call them developing. Hmm. Just because they don't do things like you. You're so bored and tired, waiting for the snow to even be more sore and tired. God, Lord.
yeah, they're
So
supposed to get hammered today.
that sounds hot. I'm going to go get some more coffee. Would you like some?
Okay, of course.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh,
Good morning, humans. I have nothing to talk about today. I'm actually awake for today, though. What the hell does he want? Zach, I think you do care. Hi, Chris. I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing while he gets his coffee, because, gosh. So, can't you see us? I'm so excited. Shizzy had to go get coffee. He left me all by myself with nothing to talk about. And I can't even push the buttons. Let me look later, Maddie. I'm sure I can come up with something for oh yeah. Ash, are you gonna listen to Maddie's radio show with us tonight? Good morning, Toodley. Probably not, Zach.
It's always a wonderful thing to go and
You could
give my
at least
wife.
give me
Well,
buttons so I can push all the noises. Jeez.
what buttons?
When
Just
Baker leaves,
buttons.
he gives me the buttons so I can play all the noises.
I have to add you in there. I just don't know how to do that from a standstill.
I don't either.
Baker's so smart, man. Yeah, I don't see. There's a way I can do it. I don't know. I'll have to figure it
He's
out.
on at 2 o'clock Eastern tonight or in the morning, Ash.
Who is?
Maddie's radio thing. She was
Okay.
asking what time it was. It's my favorite. It's his mixtape.
Good morning, Phil. You could discuss the theory of relativity. Oh,
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
well, let's do that. Or the theory of relatives. What time?
You are free to cut them off if they're toxic. That is my theory of relatives.
Yes. Oh, I did. I mean, I cut my mother off like when I was
Yep.
19.
I don't care who you are. If you are toxic, you're gone.
Yes, no time for that bullshit. Life is too damn short to be living in some weird family bullshit drama. You know, love my mother, but won't tolerate her.
Yep.
You know, love my mother for her
It's okay to
being my
love
mother.
people from a distance.
Yeah, let's try like several countries away if I could possibly do it. You know, right now I just have to stick with states.
Yeah.
Mm. Kennedy is running for president as independent despite his family status as a Democrat Party nobility. Well, that's because the Democrats have gotten their head that they want to have Joe Biden in there. And nothing will stop them from having Joe Biden in there. Well, actually, I think they really want to get their first female black president or, mixed race person in there. Do you think she'll change her identity to being that other part of the saying? Yeah, probably. Good morning, cool gamer. And yes, amen, Ash. Toxic is toxic, not welcome in my life. So it's not yet clear whether he can gain ballot access as enough states to mount a true national campaign, but his effort comes in a year when many voters are not enthusiastic about the likelihood of a rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Any independent or third party efforts in battleground states could shape the outcome in unpredictable ways. Well, that's how elections should be. They should be completely unpredictable. You shouldn't be able to sit there and say, hey, we know this guy is going to win because of the letter behind his name. It is fitting that the first national ad promoting JFK's candidacy was bought and paid for by Donald Trump's largest donor this cycle, says Democrat National Committee spokesman Alex Floyd. He was referring to Tim Mellon, a major donor to Trump who also gave American Values $15 million last year, according to federal filings. It's scary that they know these kind of things. The DNC already had filed a federal complaint alleging that Kennedy's campaign is illegally coordinating with American Values to siphon support from Biden, an accusation the PAC denies. Isn't that beautiful? the DNC is filing a complaint because somebody's campaign is siphoning voters away from another. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Well,
Good
yeah.
day, handsome Matt. Hey, Mass. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. Oh, what is that? Who will RFK take votes away from? Both. Both of them are complaining. Well, it's not. It's not
Yeah.
Trump. See, this tells you already. Like they're showing their hand because they're just sitting there going. Yeah, it looks like there's an enthusiastic likelihood of a rematch between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Like the DNC and the RNC already know who's got this in the bag. It's just Nikki
Right.
Haley's group hasn't figured that out yet.
Will she ever?
Well, it would be really smart for Nikki Haley to do, I'm dead
To
serious on
never
this.
have thrown her hat in the ring?
No, to drop out of the race and run as RFK's running mate.
Yeah, right.
Serious, she
She
should totally
won't.
do it. I'm down for that. I think she'd make a good running mate with him. One from the RNC, one from the DNC. I mean, that's how it used to be back in the day. You would
I
have
think
your
they're
vice president and
both
your
from
president
the
were both
DNC.
from separate parties. I guess they were worried a little bit about the assassination kind of thing. It's just like, yeah, we really
Right.
don't like this guy. So
Yeah.
we'll
Let's
get the
take him
other
out and
one
get
in.
our guy.
Yeah. Oh, a Biden
I
campaign
agree,
spokesman
Mass.
sidestepped the flap, instead highlighting the president's
Hi.
Super Bowl Sunday debut on the social media platform TikTok. Like this is some new thing. Salud. Hey, how's it going? RFK wouldn't want her. I don't know. I don't know. You'd be
I
surprised
agree.
how these people act in public as they would act in private and what they would say in private. I mean, there's a perfect example of Mitch McConnell. I believe it was Mitch McConnell or Lindsey Graham. Giving a fist bump to Kamala as she was walking through the
I
floor.
don't even care about that. I don't duke it out on the debate stage
Right.
and things
Then
like that, but I
that's
don't
what I'm
even care
saying.
if your buddies behind like I have so many friends that are so incredibly liberal, like
Yep. Well, that's my point. Is it doesn't matter. The politics don't matter. You're still giving respect to the other person. That's what I'm saying. Is everyone goes, oh, they would never do that because of X, Y, or Z.
right,
It's like everyone thinking that Donald Trump is going whole hog um, against Nikki Haley in private. You have to remember that he made her an ambassador. Okay, he doesn't
right.
he doesn't hold that animosity towards her. Hey, Tootly Pip. Yeah, Haley would be the death kiss for RFK, possibly. Oh, and by the way, I do have the Rumble working, so I can pull up the Rumble stuff. That's pretty cool. So an
Oh, I
email
just
newsletter.
noticed that that was on there. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little static key thing that you can do and be able to pull up the Rumble stuff. So it just makes it so much easier. Now I
Very
just
cool.
got to figure out how
Yeah.
to do it for Kick.
Right.
I can once
That's
I figure
neat.
it out how to do it for Kick, damn, I'll be able to get everything there because I can see Twitter, I can see Rumble, and I can see YouTube all at once. It all comes up on one. It's beautiful. And yes, it says, Eris says, tell Tootly I say hi.
I know she's not coming up for anybody for some reason.
Well, it's because she's on Rumble.
Is she? I thought she was
Yeah.
on here.
No, she's on Rumble.
Oh.
Tootly Pip
Oh,
is over
yeah, I
on
see
Rumble.
it. Oh, okay. I thought she was I guess I saw her before I realized that Rumble was even on here.
Yep. Yep. Rumble is there. It
So,
it's wonderful. At one time, Kennedy was a leading environmental activist, and he was among the younger Kennedy family members who would speak at. Oh, it's yeah. It was among the younger Kennedy families who would speak at Democrat Party conventions and events. He has in recent years delved into conspiracy theories and become a face of the anti-vax movement. Besides his presidential uncle, who was deleted in 1963, Kennedy's political lineage includes his father, who was U.S. Attorney General, a senator from New York, and a leading presidential candidate. And at the time of his 68 assassination, his father's longest lived brother was Senator Ted Kennedy of Massachusetts. Sergeant Shriver, Bobby Shriver's father, ran for president in 76 as a Democrat. I did not know that. Um, the anti vax group Kennedy led has a lawsuit pending under a number of news organizations, among them the AP, accusing them of violating antitrust law by taking action to identify misinformation, including about COVID 19 and COVID 19 vaccines. Kennedy took leave from the group when he announced his run for president, but is listed as one of its attorneys in the lawsuit. Wow. That I did not know. Of course, I don't get it. I don't worry about what people are saying, about vax, anti-vax, the whether it does X, Y, or Z or doesn't do A, B, or C. That's your own personal fucking choice. If you want to go do that, then go do that. But if you don't want to, then don't. Don't care. That's your own personal choice. Don't. But I also believe that you shouldn't be telling other people
Yeah,
how
I was
to.
gonna say that's what the
Live.
problem is, though, is that people think that they get to tell you what you need to do.
Mhm. And Tulipip does say, "Hi, Eris, doll, lovely." She says, "Yeah, I started on X, but then I can't look at other stuff while I watch." Yeah, so what you do is you open up a different tab, and you can look at other stuff on the Twitters. That's what I always do.
Well, not if you're on mobile though.
Oh, that's true.
Unless you pay for premium, it shuts you down.
Yeah. So, but on Rumble, you can just have it playing in the background,
Yeah,
and you can scroll through other stuff. I gotcha.
yeah.
That makes sense. I love it. Yeah, these fools can be really foolish. I guess that's the best way that I can just describe this. But it gets. Oof.
I know. Shizzy, you put the wrong thumbnail up for this today.
Do what?
You
I'm
put the
sorry.
wrong thumbnail on here for the
What did I
stream
put on
today.
here?
You put the one for you and Mo's whiz and wit thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Son of a buck.
That's what Baker just said. You look different, Mo.
Oh well, Mo.
I'm
Mo.
just dressed up. I'm dressed up as Farrell.
Yes, dressed up as Farrell and got just as ornery too. So there you go. I lost customers due to not sharing something ugly or nasty about Trump. I didn't do politics on Facebook, but everyone went there. My clients are craft based, yet Trump deranged, Trump syndrome deranged. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Um, it's it's insane because I'm very vocal with a lot of people about my politics, and I don't shy away from it. I'm out with my wife. I I don't talk politics, especially whenever people start talking politics around me, because just like, yeah, this is gonna get ugly. Because I know that they get so just uptight and angry and just, oh my god, but I'm just like, oh, okay, I just don't have time for
Yeah,
your bullshit. I don't care enough about it to be worried. If you've got some issue, I don't have any reason to try to convince you to make your politics
right.
completely different. Yeah, I thought Mo looked kind of like Let's Go Furby. So did I do that on my YouTube channel? I put it up with Mo.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Jeez
it's the same.
Louise.
It's your thumbnail for you and Mo's shady streams.
I can't believe I did that. Well, here I'll just change that really quick so it comes up right. There we go. Apply. There we go. I changed it. Did I do it over? I thought you were saying I did it on the Rumble side.
Oh, haven't looked at.
This is
I
what
haven't
happens
looked
whenever you
at.
do things late at night. Let's see. Nope, it still didn't change it. Damn it. Forgot to hit save. Change thumbnail. There we go. Open. Boom. Apply. And save
I mean, at
changes.
least you did a thumbnail and not a dirty picture.
It is, what the hell? Stream's already live. You cannot edit the schedule. I'm not trying to. Just editing the thumbnail. Damn it.
You could
Well,
probably
I'll
do it
figure it
afterwards.
out later. Yeah, I'll do it after the stream. Not worried about it. No coffee makes things look different. Yes. Judge Betty, the ultimate wedge in modern politics. I, for one, believe this to be a good thing.
I
Yes.
agree.
Guten morning.
I like Zach's reply. No thanks, I'm gluten free.
That's awesome. Oh, so this one here. Shut the screen.
Oh,
So I
you're
didn't
gonna
know
screw up and
the
share that other one?
the the race for George Santos's congressional seat could offer clues to how suburbs will vote this year. Really? What does that have to do with anything? Special election in the suburbs of New York to replace disgraced former Representative George Santos could offer clues about the mindset of suburban voters everywhere. 2024 election contests wrap up across the country. The Tuesday contest for the House seat held by Santos until his recent expulsion is shaping up to be a bellwether in the fight for control of Congress as candidates test political messages their parties hope will appeal to suburban voters in the fall. It not only could subtract one more vote from Republicans' narrow majority in the short run, but could be monitored carefully for any signals it sends out what suburban voters elsewhere may be thinking entering the highly volatile 2024 election year. I think that, after one term, you launch that person to the moon. Just okay, you have to live there for a while. Now do your politics. Beautiful. The Long Island race pits former U.S. representative. I love how they say it. This race pits U.S. former Tom Suzy, a Democrat who represented the district for 3 terms before quitting the run for governor, against Republican nominee Mazi Philippe, a county legislature. Just like, good Lord. It's okay to have a boomer moment. Good to see you, Baker. I'm glad you could
Because we
make
have a
it.
lot of them around here.
Yes. The seat, which represents suburbs just east of New York City, plus a small part of Queens, became vacant after Santos was expelled from the House late last year after getting charged with multiple counts of fraud and stealing from donors. And mind you, this is a Republican.
Yeah.
That's what I say. It's like you guys think Republicans are good and pure, and Democrats are good and pure, and independents. Politicians are sleazy fuckers, and they will do whatever they can to move their little agendas ahead. And their agendas usually are personal, because it's not about the people; it's about making money themselves. Yeah, notice they never say disgrace Ilhan Omar, Cory Bush, or Adam Schiff for brains. Yeah, what does that say? $100 if you can locate my other AirPod. Hmm.
Mm.
You, yeah, I'm not doing that. I, you could always just put your phone number in there, and then what we could do is just like hit the find my
Yeah, just
AirPod.
send me your number, Brandon.
Yeah, send me your phone number. It is probably in the washing machine. I've done that
Ugh.
before.
It's behind your bed.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is more than likely, if you fell asleep on the couch and passed out on the couch, you just pull the cushions out and it fell down there somewhere. You'll find it with all the ear lint. Got one. 973. 1-800 call Brandon. Call to chat now. It's only $1.99 a minute. Uh, let's see. The candidates have campaigned on issues will be aimed at suburban voters anywhere. Democrats cast themselves as the last line of defense on abortion rights. Oh, killing baby rights. I love it. The last line of defense on killing the babies. Today's special election gives both parties an opportunity to asses strategies for November's general election, when New York is expected to be a battleground in the fight for control of the House, where Republicans now hold a thin majority. It's bellwether for the rest of the country, and the candidates and political operatives are looking for the strategies and tactics and the messaging to see how they'll play out in their swing suburbs. February 13th is really about November 5th in swing suburban districts all over the country. And you know what today is? Today is February 13th. The district itself could potentially wind up being reshaped before the November election because of a lingering battle over redistricting in New York, making its status as a measure of voter sentiment in a district that is not changed yet especially interesting. Philip entered the race with an intriguing personal story. Born in Ethiopia, she left the country at age 12 as
Did you
part
find
of
it, Brandon?
Operation Solomon. Oh, fuck. What was that? 973. Oh God, that would be a special kind of hell, wouldn't it? having having somebody call Brandon up. Oh, good to have something to listen to. Excellent, excellent. So this is her story here of this Philip or Philip. I guess it's maybe Philip. It looked like Philip, but whatever, because she was born in Ethiopia. She left the country at age 12 as part of Operation Solomon when the Israeli airlift did some 14,500 Ethiopian Jews in less than 2 days. As civil war and famine raged the Horn of Africa, the new arrivals struggled to transition from their don't transition from their developing home country to Israel, with many Ethiopian Israelis alleging racist treatment, police harassment, and discriminatory slights. As an adult, she served in a gunsmith unit in the Israeli army. She moved to the U.S. after marrying a Ukraine American doctor in 2005. Philip was elected to the Nassau County Legislature in 2021. Though she publicly identifies as a Republican, Philip registered as a Democrat when she got into the U.S. and still hasn't changed her voter registration. She said she drifted away from the party as it became more liberal. A spokesman said Philip decided to wait until after the election to formally change her party affiliation to avoid legal complications that could potentially knock her off the ballot. Oh,
Babe?
Louise. So, despite her background, she's hammered Democrats from Joe Biden over U.S. immigration policy. She held one of the first news conferences of the campaign outside the site in Queens, where New York City officials had set up a large shelter to house homeless illegals, many of whom were bused in New York after crossing the border illegally. This is a big concern for my district. A lot of residents worry very much about this. No one asked them if they wanted to have if they wanted to have illegals living next to their playground. They don't like that. Wow, isn't it amazing that people in Texas don't like it either? But you guys said we're a sanctuary city. Come to us. Come hang
Right.
out. We'll take
It's
all of you
okay. It's
people in.
okay for everybody but them.
Exactly. Oh, you're here illegally. No, come to San Francisco. Come to Washington. Come to New York. Come to Chicago. Come, come, come,
But
come, come
don't
on, come
really
on,
come.
come on. And then once they get there, like, wait, no, 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 no,
No,
no, no, no, no,
we
no,
didn't mean
stop,
it like
stop.
that.
Not like that. They're just sitting there the whole time, like, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah.
We'll just kick you out to the suburbs. How's that? You can go out there and you can mow my lawn or something. Isn't that what you guys do? You shovel snow. I mean, I know there's not a whole lot of snow in Mexico, but you can learn. I mean, you're developing skills as a country. Uh, you're wearing your ruthless hat today. It's snowing AIDS. Susie, a political moderate, has meanwhile distanced himself from policies that have damaged Democrats in New York suburbs. The Democrat brand has been decimated over the past 3 years, and I'm not quoting him because he's an idiot and it's called Democrat. It started with the crime in New York City. No, it's I would say it's been around longer than that. Bad policies from Democrats have been around since, well, let's see, slavery. So there you go. It's that crime issue now has been exacerbated by the migrant issue. As election nears, Susie, that's funny, the name has got to be Susie, has increasingly talked about strengthening border policy, pointing out times when he bucked his own party on the issue when he was in Congress. He said recently that he would support a temporary closure of the U.S. border to Mexico to slow the flow of illegals into the country. Biden has used similar rhetoric on the border. The only problem is Biden hasn't. That's the problem. He has not done that. He said, only if you spend money in Ukraine will I send money to handle things on the border. And then it'll just be hiring more people to process more people faster to get them across the border much faster. That doesn't sound like good policy to me. I mean, it's just like, yeah, that's not the policy that people want in Texas, in Florida, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Nevada. That's not the policies that they want. They want you to stop the flow of illegals coming across the border. The former congressman has also stripped his deep experience in governing, 3 terms in Congress, as well as many stints as mayor of the county executive on Long Island. Snub you little bitches. As evidence of he could strike bipartisan agreements on difficult issues such as ongoing congressional negotiations over border control and the Israel-Hamas war. Yes.
I can't take you seriously when you do that.
You shouldn't take any politician seriously whenever they do
Talking
this
about
stuff.
you.
What? You
With
don't
your
take it seriously?
voices.
Oh, yeah. But he does say, this is serious business. It requires some ability and some competence to navigate the politics and the governing the policy, domestic and international. He said, she's unvetted, she's unprepared, and will only make things worse. Yeah. How's that voice? Pillett said that while she personally is opposed to deleting children, she would oppose any attempt by Congress to ban it nationwide. She has also said, a baby killing medication should be available nationally. Oh,
Well, what was
baby.
that again?
What? I,
Hold on, I gotta.
okay. Shizzy miss getting all those voices out Sunday night. They're all bottled up, yes. I can't phone it in here. We don't do telephonic or video hearings except on certain occasions, which are not today. Yes, that really sucks. So killing babies is a personal decision, a personal choice. Every woman should make that decision. Therefore, I'm not going to support a national killing baby ban, and I'm not going to risk a woman's health care, says Pillett. It's beautiful. Killing baby rights have been a winning issue for Democrats in recent elections. Polling has shown a broad swath of Americans support at least some access to the procedure. Oh, wonderful. The race is hard to handicap. Susie has some of the advantages that usually come with incumbency. He had a comfortable victory in his last race in the district of 2020, defeating Santos with relative unknown Republican. The same year, Biden beat Donald Trump in the district. But 2 years later, Santos falsely portrayed himself as a wealthy Wall Street financial wizard, beat Democrat Robert Zimmerman in midterm elections that was part of the wave of Republican victories in Long Island election in recent years to both congressional and local races. But this spectacular crash and burn tenure in Congress could linger in the minds of voters weighing a choice between the parties. Another question that has loomed over the race has been whether the district will exist in its current form for much longer. The state's highest court threw out New York's congressional map late last year and ordered a new set of lines to be drawn by the end of February. The ruling was a major win for Democrats in the state who have angled for more favorable congressional districts. It remains unclear exactly which approach Democrats will take on redistricting, but the party could try to reshape the district in their favor, no matter who wins, perhaps by including a slightly larger slice of New York City. Hey, Lynn, good to see you. Glad you could make it in here. Lame and gay. Okay. Morning. Morning, fellow window lickers. Yes, we lick windows here, and it's always a happy and pleasant place to be. Hey, Solomon. It just didn't really strike me. All of a sudden, Solomon Anderson was there. Damn it. Good to see you, brother. I pulled that up earlier, but my mind is drawing blanks. It is early. I haven't had enough coffee or caffeine as one does. And that's how it goes with this. Oh boy. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. I guess we could talk a little bit more about about this guy right here. Yeah, I think we'll do that one. Oh my. There we go. And we will remove that. Come on. Delete. Move. Close. See, I have to do this, or else I forget to delete these things off of here. let's see. RFK had fewer. What united them? Deep-seated distrust. And then, of course, Gilbert Lemon, a 48-year-old pharmacist from Phoenix, says he likes that he talks to us like adults. Voters are not enthusiastic about Biden Trump rematch. Of course, we already heard all this. This is just like the same bullshit that you'll hear story after story. People are not excited about a rematch. It's snowing in New Jersey. Hey, that happens. That really happens. Oh, by the way, happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. Haha. Good to see you, Christine. Kennedy made a stop at Phoenix as part of his laborious push to get access to the 2024 ballot as an independent. American Values 2024, Super PAC supporting Kennedy. Kennedy is a member of one of the Democrat Party's most famous families. And that's, it's the same shit. They really don't talk about anything else. They just talk about him going after the COOF vaccines. But other than that, they don't tell you much about anything else that he believes in. It's amazing. It's amazing that they pretty much just signed this guy off. They do say some minor party candidates will get enough votes that partisans will blame them for tipping the scales to elect popular vote loser like Ralph Nader in 2000 or Jill Stein in 2016, both Green Party candidates. Nobody was really interested in voting for those people in the first place. One of the biggest reasons I like him because of his stance on partisanship, because here's the problem with these. The thought of this is that, as much as you don't like having the two parties and you'd rather have a third party out there, until that one of the third parties can get major traction, it isn't going to matter because people always vote with that little letter in front of it, whether it be a D or an R. And it's really hard to break them away from that. If you really want to make some change, start getting some of these independents in there on the lower levels and get them away from, make sure that they're not just a Republican in disguise or a Democrat in disguise, and start changing it that way if you want to see some change happen. That's one of the biggest problems. RFK is still a hardcore leftist. All he did was question the vax. Exactly. Like I said, the only reason that he's running independent is because there was no way in hell that the Democrats wanted to put him on the ballot. They want to make sure that they get their first female Indian in there into Congress or into the presidency. They want to say, look how wonderful we are. We got a woman of color in and elected. That's what they want their claim to fame to be. And of course, they will constantly battle these people out because that's what they do. It's just have these arguments all the damn time. And if you don't believe that they're not going to go hard after Kennedy because they believe that he's taking votes away, just wait until the idiot climate change people want to make it illegal for snow to fall. Well, no, they'll make it illegal to throw snowballs. That's all they'll do. They'll say, "Oh no, you can't throw snowballs. You might hurt someone's feelings, and if you hurt their feelings, then we'll just have to do something like arrest you for snowball fights. Like snowball fights are so dangerous. It's a bloody messy sport." But yeah, as you can see, DNC files federal complaint alleging RFK's super PAC is working too closely with his campaign. Amazing. The DNC filed a complaint Friday, that was last Friday, accusing RFK of a ballot access scheme that argues constitutes illegal coordination with the super PAC supporting his independent bid for the White House. Committee alleges that the super PAC American Values 24 is working to collect signatures to ensure Kennedy is on the November ballot in key states. Will have to integrate their expenses with the campaign in ways that violate federal election rules in order to do so. That's because the DNC argues many states, including Arizona, Illinois, and Michigan, have rules that candidates or their campaigns be the ones collecting ballot signatures, meaning Kennedy's campaign will have to violate federal rules to meet state requirements. They can simply not comply with a federal law and state law at the same time, DNC legal counsel Bob Leonard said at a conference call with reporters. Tim Mellon, a major donor to Trump, gave American Values $15 million last year. DNC alleges, blah, blah. The complaint comes amid that about a third party candidates potentially siphoned support away from Biden. Well, it's the same old, same old. See, it's just a different news story, but saying the same, repeating the same thing. Third party is going to take votes away from us. Third parties taking votes away from us, and we're just going to file these complaints. We're going to make sure that everybody does what we want them to do. The state law element adds an extra level of legal concern. Yeah, it's all fluff and spiking the ball. Just using my bear claw telescopic back scratcher too. She's a yes, it is a wonderful thing. Yeah, yeah. I got my wife the scalp massager. I was talking about that last night. She loves that damn thing. She thinks it's the best thing since sliced butter. Same thing since sliced butter. Much more comfortable on the scalp than me just massaging her scalp, which I do that also. She likes the unexpected, spot where those little tines hit, and she's just like, it is so glorious. What can I say? My wife's pretty damn awesome. She tolerates a lot of my shit. Let me do this and remove that. There we go. And I should be able to get the other one up here. The only problem with doing news like this in the morning is it ends up open all 8. There we go. Close that. It's going to take me a second. I might freeze up here for a second. You never know. So I haven't heard about this, but this will be good. I want to see what this one is. I saw this last night. People don't do their research. Yeah, that is right. Tulsi is 90% Bernie Sanders with a cute face. Yes, exactly. I have too, Shelburne. People don't do their research. I say that about RFK, also praised Tulsi Gabbard. Yep. There we go. Republican Michigan lawmaker loses staff and committee assignment after online racist post. Oh, what was this online racist post? Republican lawmaker lost committee assignment after posting an image of racist ideology on social media. What was the racist ideology? I have no idea. You're telling me things I don't know. Did he say something about Trudeau? I mean, I'm just curious. House Speaker Joe Tate, a Democrat who is black. What does that have to do with anything? Whether he's black, white, green, doesn't matter.
It always
He's
matters,
just,
Shizzy.
well, he's a Democrat. They don't matter. And he will not allow the House to be a forum for racist, hateful, and bigoted speech. State Representative Josh Shriver, don't we hear that name before? It's really weird. Who is white, shared a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, that showed a map of the world with black figures greatly outnumbering white figures, along with the phrase "the Great Replacement." Okay, I don't. Am I missing something here?
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I don't understand. The conspiracy theory says there's a plot to diminish the influence of white people. Okay, that's all that's supposed to be. So it's a conspiracy theory, and he's losing his posting for posting a conspiracy theory. Oh, geez, Louise.
Mm.
Shriver, who represents portions of Oakland and Macomb counties, can vote on the House floor, but Tate removed him from the committee and told the House Business Office to oversee his staff members who still can assist constituents. Representative Shriver has a history of promoting debunked theories and dangerous rhetoric that jeopardizes the safety of Michigan residents and contributes to a hostile and uncomfortable environment for others. Oh my tears. A message seeking comment from Shriver wasn't immediately returned. He defended his social media post last week. I'm opposed to racists,
Mm.
race baiters, and victim politics, Shriver told the Detroit News. What I find strange is the agenda to demoralize and reduce the white portion of our population. Shriver was elected to a 2 year term in 2022. Governor Whitmer, a Democrat, released a statement Friday calling his post abhorrent rhetoric. Were you talking about the same lady that locked people in their houses and told them that if they didn't get vaccinated, that they were evil, horrible, racist people while her city burns? We will
Yep.
never let those who stoke racial fears divide us. No, you'll just go suck on their big 10-inch.
Keep dreaming.
Oh, my Lord Almighty. Pass. Good Lord, these people. Oh, this is sad to hear. This is really sad to hear. I especially because I never listened to them, but it's always really sad whenever you hear these things. Longtime NPR Morning Edition host Bob Edwards died at age 76. He doesn't look 76 there. Bob Edwards, who anchored National Public Morning Radio's Morning Edition for just under 25 years with a baritone voice who told many Americans what happened while they slept, has died. Edwards, who died Saturday, was 76 years old. NPR had no further details. He became the co-host of All Things Considered with Susan Stamberg in 74, shortly after joining NPR, and was a founding anchor of Morning Edition in 79. He left NPR after being replaced on the show in 2004, a programming move that led to protests by thousands of listeners, and he joined Sirius Satellite Radio. Edwards' deep, commanding voice gave many listeners the impression that he was older than he was. His was the voice we woke up to.
Never heard of him.
Let's see. Britain is literally putting Sam Malia in jail for posting White Lives Matter papers. Yes, that is. For 12 years, he had regular conversations with sportcaster Red Barber, which led to Edwards' book Friday with Red, a radio friendship. Edwards would tell listeners about well-known people who were celebrating birthdays. He later found out that his announcement of First Lady Rosalind Carter's birthday surprised and saved her husband, Jimmy Carter, who heard Edwards while out jogging. He'd forgotten the birthday. That's funny. I like sitting at the mic and being on the radio, Edwards said shortly before leaving NPR. That's still a kick, as it is. He wrote a memoir, A Voice in the Box, My Life in Radio, a historical book about the medium, Edward R. Murrow and the birth of the broadcast journalism. John Lansing, NPR CEO, said Edwards' former colleagues and listeners will remember him with gratitude. Bob Edwards understood the intimate and direct personal connection with audience that distinguishes audio journalism from other mediums, and for decades, he was a trusted voice in the lives of millions of public radio listeners. So, I think Baker has a better voice than he did. Just saying. I'd rather listen to Baker in the morning than this guy.
I never heard of him. I gotta go. I gotta run a kid to work. So.
All right, sweetheart. You have a good one. Peace. Bye, Farrell. Let's see. Judge Maddie, ever listen to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me? Yeah. Okay, I mean, I used to listen to. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. I used to listen to also. NPR was what used to be a pretty good standard of just information that was out there. Didn't mean you had to agree with everything, but it was a pretty good standard. Was. It sort of has fallen by the wayside. I'm not going to pull that up. Man, that's a horribly sad story. Ooh, it's always dangerous whenever you find these kind of things come across your feed. What was that? Let's pick one. Judge May. Zach. Oh, okay. Good to see you, Wolf. I'm glad you could make it. Howls really loud. Oh. Let me see if I got this one here. Yeah, I can remove that. And close that one out. Boom. So, this is another, more in Michigan news. It's really weird why I get all this Michigan stuff. So, it looks like a wreck of a ship that sank in 1940 was found in Lake Superior. Cool. White Whitefish Point, Michigan. Shipwreck hunters have discovered a merchant ship that sank in Lake Superior in 1940, taking its captain with it during a storm off Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society and shipwreck researcher Dan Fountain announced Monday the discovery of the 244-foot or 74-meter bulk carrier Arlington in about 650 feet of water, about 200 meters, some 35 miles or 60 kilometers north of Michigan's Keweenaw Peninsula. The Arlington left Port Arthur, Ontario, fully loaded with wheat and headed to Owen Sound. I wonder if the wheat's still there. Under the command of Captain Frederick Tatybug. Wow, that's a really weird name that you would have. Yeah, you're in the Upper Peninsula. Very cool. So you probably know where this is at. Burke of the a veteran of the Great Lakes. But as the Arlington, a larger freighter, the Collingwood made their way across Lake Superior. They encountered dense fog, then a storm after nightfall that battered both ships. The Arlington began to take on water. The ship's first mate ordered Arlington into a course to hug the Canadian North Shore, which had provided some cover from wind and waves, but countermanded and ordered his ship back onto the course across the open lake, the discoverer said. Early on May 1st, 1940, the Arlington began to sink, and the ship's chief engineer sounded the alarm. The crew, out of fear for their lives and without orders from the Captain Burke, began to abandon ship, they said in a statement. Oh, wow. There's the images of the ship underwater. I mean, it's still looking pretty damn good since 1940. The crew made it safely to Collingwood except for Burke, who went down with the Arlington. Reports indicated he was last seen near its pilot house waving at the Collingwood minutes before his ship vanished into the lake. The Shipwreck Society said the statement that no one will ever know the answer as to why Burke acted as he did before his ship was lost. Probably because he had a cheating wife or something like that. It was like, I can't live with her. I can't live without her. The Shipwreck Society said in a statement no one will ever know. It's exciting to solve just one more of Lake Superior's many mysteries. Finding Arlington so far out in the lake, I hope this final chapter in her story can provide some measure of closure to the family of Captain Burke. The Arlington was discovered thanks to Fountain, a resident of something, Michigan. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, who has been conducting remote sensing in Lake Superior in search for shipwrecks for about a decade, said Bruce Lynn, executive director. I wonder if I've met this guy that does that stuff for. Yeah, there's a possibility. Fountain approached the group with a potential target near the northern tip of Keweenaw Peninsula, and the Arlington was discovered last year, Lynn said. These targets don't always mount to anything, but this time it's absolutely was a shipwreck. A wreck that, with interesting, perhaps mysterious story, he said in the statement. Had Dan not reached out to us, we might never have located that Arlington. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh boy. Let's see what we got here. Oh my. What in the hell do we have here? I will find it shortly. Give me just a second. I know it's here somewhere. And there it is.
How we doing this morning, Consul?
I'm a little upset about a bad sexual episode I had last night.
Well, you're still young. It'll happen more and more. In the meantime, what do you say we get down to business?
You can thank Hal 9000 for
yes,
that.
Yes, he sent it to me too.
Keweenaw, okay.
To say I can't say that I've had that problem.
No.
But, that's one of my favorite movies. It really is. And you can never get away with any of the shit he does in court, but God, it's hilarious.
Yes. No, I agree. It's like I'm sitting there watching that, just like, oh yeah, you pull some of that stuff, you're yeah. But it's one of those where you really want to some days. Oh, what was that? No, of course you haven't. That's what Shumpert said. Of course you haven't. Never had that problem. So what's going on this morning with you, MG?
Driving to court.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's why I didn't stream last night, because I had to be on the road while it was still dark today.
Yeah, I was surprised I didn't see anything come up in your feed. I was like, MG must have court tomorrow. Yeah. I had a good time last night with Mo. I think we made it through 20 minutes of the Sadie Beecham.
Yeah, and I got onto the computer to watch it right as you ended.
Yeah.
Like my YouTube, when I pulled a computer, YouTube said you were still live. I click on it, it started it over. It's like, well, that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good with Mo on there. Our schedules have worked out pretty good, because she's just like, I can only go so long before I've got I actually have other things to do, so it forces me to shut down a lot earlier. It's really good. So I'm trying to work that kind of schedule into my streams, where whenever I do my evenings, I start it at a specific time and I end it at a specific time, and don't end up like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning thing.
It's probably what I need to do.
Yeah, just figure out your schedule, and you'll find that I'm only going until X time, and then I'm shutting it down, whether I'm done or not. Holy crap. I knew I was missing something. I'll have to go back and get it. I got to do that today. Son of a buck. Yeah. I got things to pull up. Work to do. I totally forgot about
Harris, you're wrong. It's not because Let's Go kicked my ass over the weekend. I'm perfectly fine. I just need some damn sleep the last 2 nights. I had to be on the road early yesterday and today. So.
Yeah, the early morning stuff is a little crazy. It's and like if I had to go back to the schedule I was doing whenever I was a mechanic, I would have to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to do a morning stream.
Yeah.
Because I was walking out the door at 6:30 to be there at 7, and then work an entire day, until sometimes 7 o'clock at night. Like crazy. Yeah, I couldn't do it. There'd be no way. And then do a late night. Shit, I'd be asleep.
Yeah,
at 10 o'clock most nights.
Yeah, that's what's hard, is being up early and then being up late.
Yeah,
because I think I had 3 nights in a row last week where I had 4 hours or less of sleep.
Well, yeah, that wears on you quick. I've done that too.
Yeah.
Damn, I feel like I'm bleeding. I think I scratched myself. Maybe. I think MG got his.
Stay away from Eris.
No, it's just that is a butt whooping whenever you're only getting a few hours of sleep. That is absolutely a butt whooping.
Got my Brandon.
And I know the truth. Did you let a little girl drink you under the table? That's what Brandon's saying.
Shit, what little girl? Who drank me under the table? I had 13 shots Friday night and 18 Saturday night. So
you emptied out.
I can't touch it for several days. The missus was not happy about that.
No, imagine not. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's a reason I don't do that.
Because we're out of whiskey now. So
yeah, and you got cold weather coming in, don't you?
Oh, we already cold weather.
Yes.
We had snow. We had an inch of slush yesterday morning, which was melted and gone by lunch.
Zach says McKinley had 20 shots of smoked crack with Brandon. You guys are so bad. Oh.
And she was okay. She was not. When I drink, she knows when she sees that it's starting.
Yeah.
When Brandon is starting to drop the hammer, she's like, just don't be a jerk to us.
tomorrow.
Yeah, like the next day.
Yeah.
And it's usually not when I drink; it's just when I don't get any sleep.
Yes. You get all cranky and just
Yeah.
like, don't talk to me. Give me
Yeah.
food.
Let's go as we tune in on Friday. What's going on Friday?
Tune in on Friday, children. Yeah. Oh, it's Nicholas. Speaking of which, Nicholas owes you
20 shots. Awesome.
Yes. So definitely tune in to Nick Starro on Friday because he's going to have hell to pay. He is definitely going to have hell to pay.
I've got Thursday, Friday, and Monday off from work. So.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Thursday, Friday, and Monday. That is
Yeah.
like holiday.
Well, Monday's the holiday. We may not even be closed Monday. Well, yeah, but let's see. I think we got Monday off. Maybe we don't. I don't know.
Y'all know I do.
Maybe I don't. I know I have Thursday and Friday off.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's very true, Brandon. We do,
I know.
I'm
not complaining at all, Brandon.
Absolutely not. I joke about that kind of stuff. I see. For me, it would have to be you have to pay me not to drink. that would be bigger hell on me because I already drink enough as it is. Be like, pay me not to drink. I'll pay you not to drink that beer. I'll pay you not to.
And yes, Brandon, you're right. She's the real bad actor. She abandons me every night that I do that, and I'm sitting there with she's like just disappears. She ducks out, and my mod is gone.
Yep. Yeah, MG's lady was annoyed. Yes,
Oh.
you guys are so hilarious. I can't do it. I mean, there's been times where I'll like slam a beer or do a shot, but I can't. I have too much to do, especially this coming weekend is going to be crazy busy with a bunch of crap. I'm hoping that they get started on getting our house with no more water coming in it. I got a flooded basement again. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah, I told you y'all got all that rain. So
yeah, it is a lot of rain. So I'm just waiting on that to dry out again, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Trying to get them to get a move on shit, and the insurance company doesn't want to pay anything if they can completely avoid it. So that's how it goes.
But I love Brandon prepaid the entire Wheel of Regret for Nicholas. Awesome.
Oh, geez, Louise.
Yes.
Oh, that needs to be a thing. The Wheel of Regret by Brandon Lesko. Yeah. Jeez,
But he's done the Wheel of Regret a lot, but having them all prepaid is going to be great.
Oh, yeah. I thought he told everyone.
Because he's got like homegrown peppers that he's grown that he's like, they're way hotter than he thought they were going to be.
I know.
Awesome.
I know. I'm like, no. I don't do the hot pepper stuff. I don't
Just
do it.
Keep a bowl of ice cream next to you.
Still, no. I'm thinking next morning you're just sitting there going, "Come on, ice cream. Come on, ice cream.
That's why you have the ice cream. Yeah, come on, ice cream."
Lord.
Plus the milk and cream in the ice cream will help, kill the capsaicin reaction.
Yeah,
so that's how the Scoville scale is it was sprays of milk in the mouth to stop the burning.
I thought I told everyone it's meant to be a secret. I didn't do that. Completely out of line with my character. That's right. Hey, Rabbit, good to see you. Stopped in to hit the like button and got to go. See ya. Be safe. Be safe, Rabbit. Oh, so of course we got more Trump news here, just so we don't piss people off. So it's gonna happen. Oh, here we go. Trump's threat to NATO allies draws little condemnation from GOP, reflecting his grip on the party. Dude's not even president. He has a grip on the party? I'm sorry, I'm confused.
Oh, yeah, he
Donald
kind of
Trump's
does.
claimed that he once told NATO ally that he would encourage Russia to do whatever the hell they want to delinquent members of the group. Sent shockwaves through Europe over the weekend.
Well,
But
pay up.
Washington, yeah, pay up or shut up.
Yeah,
But in
it's
Washington, most
ridiculous.
Republicans downplayed or defended remarks that seemed to invite Russian aggression. I was here when he was president. He didn't undermine or destroy NATO, said Florida Mark Rubio, longtime defense hawk. I think I look at what his actions are rather than what his words are, said Mike Rounds, who has been a strong supporter of NATO and of sending additional aid to Ukraine as the country enters its third year of war after not listening to Russia. As he moves closer to winning the Republican presidential nomination on third straight time, Trump's tightening grip on the GOP is reshaping the party's traditional defense of longstanding military alliances and rejection of Moscow, positions that date back to the days of the Soviet Union. There's a difference between the Soviet Union or USSR and Russia.
Yeah. And Russia doesn't
difference.
want. Russia wants to be left the hell alone. We promised them at the end of the Cold War we would not expand NATO any further east than it was at the time.
And we've already it 3 times.
Already allowed it in, and it's right on their damn doorstep.
Yes, and that's why they're going, no, stop, please. We've had enough.
Why? It's Russia. Why would you be nervous?
Yeah, I mean they're a sovereign country. They've got their own. And that's why so it's like they even said, hey, we got no problem in being part of NATO, but but we're not going to expand, and we're not going to play this dumb bullshit that you want to. I was like, they just don't freaking get it. And that's why the stuff that he's going after Ukraine, they pulled out of Kiev because there was basically some talks of things happening, and then they took that as a sign of weakness, and Russia's like, all right, well, crap, we're doing what we can here. We don't want the loss of civilians, and then you learn a little bit about the history of
apparently they had a peace deal 6 weeks into this thing a couple years ago, and UK and the US basically had Zelensky scrap the deal. Ukraine had signed a peace deal. And now we're kind of come full circle back to what that agreement was, and it's cost us, a couple $100 billion to get back to it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all because people are assholes. Oh, I'm not rooting for Putin. I'm just saying that this is the stance on it. It affects me none whatsoever, whether Russia and Ukraine unite is one front or not. It affects me absolutely zero, except for my gas prices. And all
Russia doesn't want all of Ukraine. Certain regions, the people there don't want to be part of Ukraine. So, Russia's like, okay, we'll take you back.
And then they voted on it, and then they turned around and they sent in the neo-Nazi support and started a bunch of crap. Oh, by the way, if you start looking at what those neo-Nazis that they're fighting against look like, it's completely Antifa. It is entirely the same procedures that they do. It's the same movement. They just call themselves Antifa. But if you look at what they're doing,
well, Antifa is fascist. Their name, typical leftist, MO is to basically try to, the whole projection thing. Oh, we're going to say that we're this, but we're actually the opposite.
Oh, absolutely.
And they've always done that. Anytime you look at, it's one thing that I learned early back in, junior and high school is when you have the Democrats pointing and saying, oh, Republicans are doing this, they're doing this. It's exactly what they themselves are already doing every single time. And it's no different with Antifa. They're fascists.
Yes. They are.
Make no mistake about it.
They are completely, from everything that I've seen, neo-Nazis. Because they make sure that they go into the poor neighborhoods and start crap. You notice that they're doing it in we're standing up for you, darky. That's what they come in and say. And most of the community is saying, we don't want your ass here. What in the hell are you doing? Like, why are you burning down my local bodega, you assholes? Like, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. That's what they don't want. They don't want those people there. They're saying, we don't. What in the hell? You're standing up for me? No. If you're standing up for me, don't burn down my city. Help build it up, make it better. The amount of money that you assholes are spending just destroying my city. Jeez Louise. We could have gotten, Bubba off the crack pipe over here. It's just insane. Yeah, voted on after Russia occupied the country. That don't count. Yeah. And I mean, you can stand on whatever side you want to with it. It matters not to me. It's my own personal opinion that I think that America sending support into Ukraine is bypassing international laws because first of all,
we shouldn't be doing anything.
No, we should be stepping the hell back. If Europe wants to deal with that, let Europe deal with it.
Yeah.
If for example, Russia were to take over Ukraine, for example, just using this as a hypothetical, and then they continue to expand into other countries that are our allies in NATO, then I would say, yes,
then we have to defend our NATO allies, but they haven't done it.
Right. Nope.
The only reason we're doing what we're doing is because that is one of the most corrupt governments in the history of the Western civilization. They're really more, not even Western, but they're extremely corrupt. And the money laundering scheme that they've got going is funneling everything back to the political party, to the uniparty here.
Yes.
They're all getting their kickbacks.
Yeah, and
10% for the big guy.
And it's always been sort of my outlook every time that I would see the little Antifa people come into sight. You notice they don't come into the white suburbs. You won't see them in Canton, Georgia, because they get their ass shot. Is what would happen. Simple as that. There would be no playing. They don't play that stuff. And I think the more that people start to wake up and see that, yeah, this is really a dumb movement, and it is complete. It's just like saying, there's this group, the United Front, that comes popping up every so often. If that doesn't scream Fed all over it.
Oh, everyone, the Patriot Front, or whatever the hell that is.
Yeah,
it's a bunch of damn feds.
And people get suckered into it. Like really are you that desperate? You think that you're going to overthrow the government this way? Really? You got a few guys that dress in some ridiculous outfit and try to show off as like some sort of Yahtzee group. What do you think they're doing? I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Oh, why do you want to be mean to me? That's inherently not nice. I've said a million times, I know who runs Coronado. He gets so pissed watching Amateur Hour. Oh, that's funny. As he moves closer to winning the Republican presidential nomination a third straight time, Trump's tightening grip on the GOP is reshaping the party's traditional defense of long-standing military alliances and rejection of Moscow. Positions that date back to the days of the Soviet Union, many would have responded with alarm to NATO remarks, have largely fallen in line with Trump's priorities or chosen to retire as it has become clear his influence has not waned. Okay. That makes no sense. That whole line that they had. It's like some people don't believe him. Some people do believe him. Trump has a long history of basically saying NATO is shit. And former administration officials say he repeatedly threatened to withdraw U.S. from the alliance. Yeah, he should. Has been central to U.S. policy for decades. I think you draw new alliances.
I mean, we don't have to necessarily withdraw from it, but the other countries need to pay into the damn defense fund.
Right.
Absolutely. And we're not going to, be any more expansion. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, NATO shouldn't be expanding. It's just like, But allies and supporters argue that despite his denunciations, Trump did not ultimately abandon NATO while President and dismiss his claims as bluster or tough negotiating tactics. Exactly. Just look at what he did in 4 years. That's the beauty of it right now. Look at the track record. Yeah, what he did
No,
in
no,
4
no
years with
new
NATO is
wars.
no new
4
wars. He
years.
got Germany to chip in money finally, because he was just like, yeah, we're closing down our bases. We're moving everything out of there. You guys can suck it. Like, we're done with you. And
What's up, guys?
Germany came back and was just like, oh, let's
Yeah,
go ahead and
exactly.
throw our money in there. Some including
Yep.
John Brasso. Wyoming credited Trump with pressuring some countries into increasing their defense spending. He kept us in NATO. He didn't leave NATO. He made them do what he needed them to do. Even Mitt Romney, a longtime critic, questioned whether Trump's comments were serious, while noting that people in other nations read it with concern and make their calculations accordingly. What Trump says, often designed to elicit media and applause and outrage, and has no intent of actually doing anything about it. So it's fluff and bluster. Some of it, I agree, yeah. But it's clear that Trump and some around him want to change how that alliance works. Trump pledged to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and their mission. Absolutely. It depends on if they treat us properly. That's what else he's saying. It's like the only time. Okay, here we go. As Kellogg proposed, refashioning NATO as a tiered alliance in which Article 5, the alliance's provision for collective mutual defense, would only apply to members who reach their defense spending obligations. That sounds reasonable to me. He stressed that he was speaking for himself, not Trump or the campaign. Declined to say whether he discussed with the proposal with the president. The only time Article 5 has been invoked after the U.S. was attacked by Al Qaeda on September 11th, 2001. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, now Trump's last major rival. She's not. Why do they keep saying
rival?
this?
She's not.
She is.
Come
not
on,
even,
she's not a fly on a horse's ass as far as rivalry.
yeah, she's a zit. She is a zit, and she should be
She's
popped.
not even that.
More like an annoyance. Yeah. Hey, Jamie, good to see you. Jamie. Hey, Kaiser, good morning. Man, all you fine folks come rolling in here. Nice way to wake up. She told CNN, she said she was appalled by Trump's comment and questioned why he was siding against our allies who were with us after 9/11.
Well, she's a fucking war hawk.
Yeah, they want this freaking war. It is so God bless it, annoying. I hate it. I'm so sick of these endless damn wars that everybody wants us to get into. And there is a time to do battle, and it is not all the time. We don't need to be the nation's police. We don't need to be that to the rest of the world. It just annoys the piss out of me that they think that that's how it's supposed to go. Just annoyance. Sorry, going off again. And what was I looking for? There was something here. No. There it is. Bam. Internet. There we go. Got it. So she told CNN that Trump talked many times about getting out of NATO behind closed doors and publicly, so that's just a fact, of course. And John Bolton, Trump's former national security advisor and now strident critic, said he believed Trump would almost certainly try to withdraw from NATO if he wins a second term. To those who say it's just the way he bargains with NATO, I can tell you that I was there when he damn near well withdrew. He often referred to getting out of NATO. He was looking for arguments to withdraw from NATO.
What's the purpose of it right now?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we can't come to the aid and defense of our allies if something happens. We're just not obligated over some stupid bullshit.
Exactly. And think about how much support the rest of the world gave the U.S. during 9/11.
Exactly.
What support did they give? I seriously, I'm asking, what support? They
sent. We had a lot of countries send troops.
What into the U.S.?
No, to wherever the hell we were going. But I think there were some countries that actually sent stuff. Did send some, stuff here too. Not necessarily military, but humanitarian stuff.
Okay.
They're
No,
working.
I honestly it was a serious question. Soldiers in
Yeah,
Afghanistan.
some of that
Okay.
did happen, but I mean that's not
Yes.
something NATO requires. NATO is a military defense.
Yeah, but
package.
why were we sending troops into Afghanistan and Iraq to fight Al Qaeda?
Well, I mean, Al Qaeda was in Afghanistan, but we still didn't. We didn't fight. We didn't let our military. We never let our military do what they're good at doing. So
Yeah,
after
exactly.
20 years,
that's what I'm talking about. 20 plus years.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my point. Is like these countries backed us going in and policing another country, and still didn't stop the problem. I mean, just taking out Osama bin Laden didn't stop the problem. Problems still exist. Still have issues.
It's a culture.
It's just and it's because it's so cyclical that it's going to happen again, because they're sick of America trying to police them. Because we have people that believe that these countries are third world countries, that they're developing nations. They're not able to fend for themselves. Let them develop the way that they develop and get the hell out of there. That's just my opinion. Like, leave. Let them do all the horrible mistreatment to their own human population. We have enough shit going on in this country that needs to be addressed. I mean, why would you send thousands of troops into Afghanistan and Iraq, and you can't even secure your southern border?
Oh yeah.
It makes no sense to me. Just makes no sense. You can build walls and bases in other countries in short order, but you can't secure.
Oh, we can propose to give billions of dollars to Ukraine to defend their.
Oh, of course. No shizzy. But America asked and your allies helped out. Absolutely. No, I was wondering where we actually got all of the help from.
From all over.
I was being deadly serious. I was so into playing music, was not paying any attention to politics at that period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever 9/11 happened, I remember, because you can't forget the day after your birthday. You wake up and you look at the TV and you see a couple of planes go into towers, and you just go, okay, that's some shit happened in New York. And I took my ass to work, and everything got canceled because I was working with a backload company, and everything shut down. Like they were shutting down airports, or there were musicians that couldn't.
Oh yeah, you just did. They didn't know. And I was in Montgomery at the time, which has a major Air Force base.
Yeah.
As the Air War College. And so Montgomery was considered a potential target.
And well, Atlanta is too, because you don't.
You got Hartsfield. You had the world's busiest airport.
Oh, we're not talking Hartsfield. You have Lockheed here.
Yeah.
Okay, that becomes a major concern. You've got Lockheed that builds, weapons, defense systems, airplanes, all kinds of crap like that. That becomes a major target. It like I said, I did not pay a whole lot of attention to what was going on. It probably wasn't until my nephew was getting ready to be deployed over to Afghanistan. I was like, okay, why are you going over to Afghanistan? I started paying a little bit more attention to what was going on in politics, but I just backed away from it. Life happens, and politics are not part of life. Whenever you're just trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people fall in politics, where they don't have it in their face every day. They're more concerned with, listen, I'm just trying to get up at 4:00 in the morning so I can go work 12 hours, so I can put food on the table for my family. Do you think I really care what what President Trump says? Do I care what Joe Biden says? It matters not to me. It's the same boss. New boss is old, and it's the same rhetoric. So I'm going to vote whatever that little letter is in front of the name, and they're not going to pay any attention to what actually is going on, which is fine.
Well, and Tootly Pip, what need does America have to get involved elsewhere as these true sole superpower in this world? Because while China's big, they can't come anywhere near us militarily. We are the superpower in the world. We don't need to project anywhere else.
Right.
We don't need to. We don't need to, and by going all over the place, we're simply fitting ourselves.
Yes.
We just don't need to.
Yes. Yeah. There's, if you pull all the troops out of foreign countries and let them figure it out on their own, you'd be surprised how fast that people would fall in line other ways.
Well, in Eris, we don't need the oil. We have more oil and natural gas than everyone else. We just simply don't. We just don't extract it.
Yeah, we have.
So it's not our need of oil.
Yeah, I worked the Permian Basin. They've capped off oils like insane amounts. They've capped it off.
Yeah.
Like Oklahoma.
Yeah, we have more than everybody else. So,
yeah.
It's not that.
Yeah, if you look into it, there is so many places right now that have oil reserves that we haven't even tapped into.
Exactly, guys. It's not like we're sitting on well over a couple of centuries worth of oil and gas, and it's always constantly being produced by the Earth. The Earth is always produced. Do not fall into this fossil fuels bullshit. That was a name created 100 years ago because a financial mogul determined, if we do this, we can keep prices high too.
Mm-hmm.
And keep the demand high and the supply low, and do basic economics, the price stays, and we can control the price of this and make money. It's constantly being created by the Earth. It's created by the heat, the pressure, and the Earth's crust.
Mm-hmm.
So that they keep claiming we're at peak oil for the last 40 damn years. Yet the world's population keeps going up. We keep using more, yet there's still more oil.
Oh, this is weird how that happens. we're killing the planet, man. You have to put into perspective the size of the planet. I mean, I think people get caught in their own little bubble of how big this planet actually is and how much land the US actually has. Oh my Lord. It's crazy. So yeah, withdrawing from NATO, it would not be a bad thing. We already know this. It would not be a bad thing to withdraw from NATO. Just so yeah.
It's Eris, the greatest gift ever created for the climate issues.
Oh yeah.
Just look at media, news reports for the last 100 years, where every 10 to 15, 20 years, they're like, it's an ice age, it's the Earth's melting, then it's an ice age, and it's melting. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
There's not a damn thing we're going to do to affect it.
Yeah. You think about how fast the Earth is spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
this gigantic ball of burning gas 90 million miles away that controls what our Earth does.
It's so weird. My Lord, this is pretty cool. I like this. So, feel the need for speed. Late president's 75-mile-an-hour speedboat is up for auction. In Kennebunkport, Maine, it seems George H.W. Bush felt the need for speed off the waters of Maine, where he kept a nearly 1,000 horsepower speedboat. And for the right price, someone else can experience its excitement. The vessel is set to go for auction on Thursday during the 2024 presidential salute auction in Houston, said Hutton Higgins, spokesperson for George and Barbara Bush Foundation. Proceeds from selling the 38-foot Its 11.5 meter speedboat called Fidelity 5 will be used to expand offerings at the Presidential Library and the Bush School of Government and Public Service at Texas A&M University in College Station, Texas. He purchased this 2011 Fountain 38cc after both he and his son, former President W. Bush, had left office. The watercraft is embalmed with the presidential seal and boasts 3 Mercury outboard engines that can propel the vessel up to 75 miles per hour or 120 kilometers per hour for those people.
Well, we don't use commie units here.
The boat was used in North Atlantic waters off of Kennebunkport, where Texas family had a summer retreat on the Maine coast. Wow, it's amazing that this global warming, the seas rising. They have
and all of these politicians and multimillionaires are buying beachfront property in places.
Love that. Isn't that weird how that happens? It's the 5th of George H.W. Bush speedboats to bear the name Fidelity. The first is on display at the Bush Library Museum. The fourth is still used.
What's the name of it? Fidelity?
Fidelity, yes.
Yeah, that's probably who controls it.
Yeah. Yeah, more than likely.
It probably has another one named BlackRock.
Yeah, that would not surprise me at all. That would not surprise me at all. Yeah, whenever I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one." So what we've got here, this is, I'm trying to just keep it light here. Not getting too bent out of shape with Eris, so she doesn't go and kill Mo in the morning. Because that's what she would do. She would go, "Oh, you heard what your boy said? You heard what your boy said? He was talking about Trump. Now I've got to spurg out." I'm giving her a hard time. I'm giving her a hard time. Don't forget those YouTubey things like subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. It's free to help, and it helps the channel. Yeah, I'm trying
costs nothing but a mouse click.
Nothing but a mouse click.
A little bit of ATP and neurons firing. And subscribe to the channel.
Oh, what was that? And we haven't even fully discovered the
ocean beds.
Oh,
and we've got celestial rocks and things that we can. Imagine if there's what is it? There's there's minerals and stuff on the moon that we can potentially mine as well. I don't know if we'll ever hit asteroids, but
and this also is a money making thing, because plus when the need for oil becomes greater, we look harder and find new oil fields or natural gas or other things. Yes, but also that exploration gets paid for. So if you're out and you're working for one of these companies, they can make billions of dollars off of this, of going out and doing exploration, looking for oil and new locations. And it does help the economy. It makes people go, I could get a job working oil field and I could make some money.
Make a lot of money.
A lot
of money. My brother-in-law did that for a long time. Like a lot. Now his wife gambled and spent it all away, but still made a lot of money.
Let's also consider that if we get off the planet and start mining near-Earth asteroids, the amount of resources we'll gather. Possibly.
Oh, yeah. It's the resources in space are ridiculous. We have treaties on doing that. There is a moon treaty that will not be used for, military purposes, but actually there's potential mining of minerals and resources and how we would go about doing it.
Oh, God. You're talking about a big planet of nothing but solid rock. There's going to be some minerals in that basket.
Oh, there's all kinds of stuff.
I mean, you could probably dig in that thing and find gold, diamonds. You'd be surprised what you'd find on that dirty ball of sand.
Well, and we even know like some of these asteroids that comets and shit that go flying by have incredible resources. Now, how we're going to land on something going, thousands of miles through space and then mine it and get off of it.
Yeah, before you're just like really far away from Earth.
Yeah.
Get it back. And, even just catching it and slowing it down, breaking it into smaller pieces, whatever you need to do. because those pieces coming into the atmosphere burn up.
Oh yeah.
So maybe wrap it in like some like carbon fiber.
Need some asbestos. Put some asbestos around it.
Could you imagine? Wait, we found a new use for asbestos. We'll just put that into the air.
And it burns up in the atmosphere anyway, and it just coats the earth in asbestos dust. We all die from cancer.
Oh God, it would be so horrible. The universe is infinite. We're closer to mind in space than you think. There's one asteroid that they know that has enough gold to make everyone on Earth a multi-billionaire. Hypothetically.
Yeah, when everyone is a multi-billionaire, no one is.
Exactly. The universe is infinite. Yeah, that's yeah. So we'll talk about this one here. How's that? So, right here. Be careful, folks. Difficult driving, closed schools, cancel flights. What to expect from the northeast snowstorm?
We should have Harris on to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
She should be
Parts
telling
of the
us.
northeast. They were preparing Monday for coastal storm that was expected to pack high winds, dump a foot of snow or more in some areas, leading to school closures, warnings against road travel, and possible disruption of flights. The nation's largest school system in New York City said it was switching to remote learning and closing buildings Tuesday because of the impending storm. With several inches of snow, poor visibility on the roads. Some of the highest snowfalls totals were forecast 12 to 15 inches.
Yeah.
Were possible. Wind gusts could hit 60 miles an hour off the Massachusetts coast.
Harris is like, it's fucking raining.
Yeah, it's fucking raining at the moment. Yeah. Oop. Think I just might have lost you there for a second. Will make for a messy commute on Tuesday morning, I guess, is a fast-moving storm, so things could be cleared out by tomorrow afternoon. Governor Maura Healey told non-essential executive branch employees to not report to work on Tuesday. Boston schools were closed. Boston Mayor Wu said city's homeless shelters would remain open. With the arrival of our first major snowstorm this winter, city teams are prepared to clear out our roadways. Healey warned of downed power lines, coastal flooding. The heaviest snow would be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So that they're getting the salt trucks all ready right there. Let's be smart, not too glib about things. We haven't seen big storms in some time, but teams are predicting this is going to be a real storm.
Yeah, they always do that shit.
Oh yeah, it's a way to get people panicked. They run to the grocery store. They clear out all of the old stuff.
Well, you get your French toast ingredients.
Yes.
Milk, eggs, and bread.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is exactly what happens. So yeah, be careful out there.
Exactly, Cyril. If they're not essential, why are they employed?
Yeah. Isn't it weird?
That's what gets me. Like, if something goes to DC and they're like, "Oh, only essential employees have to show up." I was like, "Well, they fire the rest of their asses. If they're not essential, our tax dollars should be paying."
Exactly. I have long believed that. I have long believed if they're not essential, they are not essential. Don't need to be there, then they don't need to be there. French toast supplies. It's raining men. Hallelujah. All right. Now we get a little dark. What to know about the shooting at Joel Osteen's megachurch?
We know exactly what to know about it.
Well, and
it's a fluid situation.
Oh, no. It is not a fluid situation at all. And they had a lot to say about this. And I will show you exactly what they had to say about it. And damn it, share this tab instead. This is what they had to say about it.
We utilize both male and female names, but through all of our investigations to this point, individuals, interviews, documents, Houston Police Department reports, he has been identified this entire time as female, her.
Except it's not one.
We are identifying her, Jency Moreno, Hispanic female.
Except it's a he.
There you go.
Well, she's a guy, so
yeah.
It's like a State Farm commercial. Well, she's a guy.
Yeah. So I had.
Yeah, it was a little. Volume was a little low, but
Yeah, that's
Shelter.
yes. Let's put it this way: that person was mentally ill. Like,
No, Zach Osteen didn't get shot. Somebody opened fire at his church Sunday.
yes.
That
So,
a mentally ill person who should be in an institution somewhere because they have delusions of what they might be,
right.
um,
Hispanic male, there's only about
lashed out
90
in
mass shooters.
typical fashion.
Yeah. So the shooter's motive for opening fire, it's in celebrity, and of course they're very correct in the celebrity pastor, because that's about all they are. Remained unclear Monday as authorities searched the suspect's home in suburban Houston, identified the weapon used in the attack as an Armalite-style rifle. The house in Conroe, Texas, is more than 50 miles north of Lakewood Church, where Sunday's shooting in between busy services sent worshipers scrambling to find safety. The shooter was identified as 36-year-old Janice Yvonne Marino, according to police. Police say Marino, or should say Marano, whatever, was shot and killed by two off-duty officers working security at the church, one of the largest mega churches in the U.S. Two other people were shot and wounded, including the shooter's young son, who entered the church with Marano. Here's what we know about the shooting. Sound of gunshots inside the church, with formerly the home of the NBA Houston Rockets. Oh, imagine that. You can afford to buy an old stadium. Startled worshipers just before 2 p.m., around the time many people were getting ready to watch the Super Bowl. Houston Police Chief Roy Finner said Morano entered the church wearing a trench coat, backpack, armed with a long rifle, began shooting, was confronted by two off-duty officers, which completely dispatched him. They held their ground in the face of point-blank range before being shot and deleted. The suspect told officers that they had a bomb and were carrying a yellow color rope, a substance consistent with the manufacture of explosive devices. There were no explosive devices found, of course. Who are the victims? One was a 7-year-old son, which was Marino, one who was shot in the head and remained in critical condition on Monday. The boy was initially described Sunday as a 5-year-old. It remained unclear how the boy, who was taken to Houston's Children's Hospital, was struck by the gunfire. Finner said he didn't want to speculate, but added that suspect put that baby in danger. I doubt that the dad did that to his son, but used him as a shield. I would just suspect.
I don't know.
I don't either. The other one said the man in 50 was wounded in his hip. Authorities said Marino had a history of mental illness, including being placed under emergency detention in 2016, but provided no other details. Of course, why would they do that? So mentally ill dude goes in, does some pew-pewing. Go figure. Marino sometimes used both male and female aliases, but he said investigators determined through interviews and past police reports that Marino was a female.
But I think we need to charge his parents.
Yes, we should go after
the shooter's parents are the ones responsible for this happening, so they need to be in jail too.
Well, and authorities said investigators were looking into a dispute involving Marino and the family of Marino's ex-husband. So Marino was a woman, like biological woman.
Was.
Yeah. Well,
sure.
Always. Well, they're not living anymore, so yes, it would be was.
Just because it was a husband doesn't mean that. I mean,
I don't know. See, this is why it's so confusing.
My understanding, it was a biological male who had delusions of being a female, which is why they.
Well, and this is why you don't entertain their delusion, and you don't try to give me their bullshit pronouns. Tell me what they were biologically and stick with it. Like, if you want to be treated like a woman, and that's fine, but don't tell me that I have to call you a woman, because now I'm confused as this person was. But I'm not going to go delete anybody off the planet. Investigators also found anti-Semitic writings by the shooter, and this thing noted Marino's rifle had a Palestine sticker on the buttstock, and described Marino as a lone wolf who was not acting as any part of a larger group. Alan Getty, whose family isn't from Honduras, has been a member of the church. Okay. Don't know about him. Boom, boom, boom. And I yelled, "Mom," he said. Oh, yeah, he ran. Who's Joel Osteen? Who cares? He's the leader of the church. He televised services reach 100 countries, and renovating the church arena cost nearly $100 million. That right there is just a drop in the bucket what these mega churches make.
Oh yeah.
You think about this. How much does this Scientology make on average? And they're much bigger than John Olstein's.
Yeah.
And it's all tax write-off. They buy a new car for the pastor, and it just happens to be a $200,000 Lamborghini. Who doesn't care?
Yeah.
It's used as a tax
Yeah.
write-off because this church believes that everybody should be wealthy, and the wealthier you are, the better life will be for you. It is all about the bucks. Religion is big, big money. I would start my own church. The only problem is I don't have enough hatred of other people to do that. I just can't. I just couldn't do it. It'd be bad. I would be such a bad minister. It'd be some sort of sex cult thing. I guarantee it.
Yeah, what's wrong with it? Nothing wrong with it.
Well, my wife might object. Just saying. My wife might be like, that's no fun. I don't want to share you with anybody. Well, not for her.
Oh, no, maybe she'll enjoy it. But,
Yeah, maybe she'll enjoy it. Right. I would love somebody to explain that to my wife. It's just like, oh no, he's got like a different woman for every hour. Everybody should be wealthy.
Exactly, Mass. I agree. Everybody should be wealthy. Start by sending me money.
Send me 10 grand. Shit. The amount of
I might buy a couple of Big Macs these days.
Yeah, it's like the amount of money that's going to cost to get this flood damage crap taken care of and get our house sealed. Just don't even start with how much fucking money I need. Like, trust me, YouTube doesn't pay me that much.
No.
Not at all. Checks in the mail, Mass. Checks in the mail. Would Jesus wear a Rolex on this TV show? Yeah. I think Jesus would. I honestly do. I think that Jesus would have been like one of the best grifters out there. I mean, come on. Dude can turn water to wine.
Can feed 5,000 people with a couple of fish and a few loaves of bread.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like that is a total grift right there. Like, I mean,
and when he needs to, he can flip over the tables and crack out the whips. I mean,
yeah. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't like capitalize on that? You just have to watch out because you have George Bush come chasing after you, or Bill Clinton or something like that. More likely Joe Biden, because he'd want to get in on the kids, because Jesus loves all the little children, all the children of the world, red, yellow, black, and white. They're all precious in Joe Biden's sight. Just saying. Yeah, you know, Biden would totally run that grift too. He has a thing for,
Joe Biden loves the little children.
Well, they all do have their own distinct smell, according to Joe Biden. I'm so bad.
Cyril, I think my rooster is racist. What's it like picking on the white chickens, red chickens, black chickens?
Yep. But we did find some more news from the border.
My hens are all brown and black. The hens he brings over from the neighbors are all white. It's the great replacement. Just an opposite.
So in case you're wondering what several thousand people look like coming across the border.
Yeah. Those are all, refugees. Uh-huh.
And you wonder why
send every one of their asses back.
You wonder why people are upset in Texas and why they send them to New York. And think about this. In New York, they're going to start giving them WIC cards.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to start giving them, and they'll only use it. They'll only use it for good things.
Oh,
They'll
I'm sure.
only use it for food and baby supplies. Right. Right. I believe that. I do believe that. Oh, did you see the Alex Jones Alexa? There isn't Alex Jones Alexa. This might get my channel shut down, so we'll be careful. Amazon Alexa featuring Alex Jones.
All you have to do is ask Alexa Jones.
Well, what does it do?
Alexa, what do you do?
Teach people about the sexual pleasure of eating turds.
Awesome. Alexa, play rock music.
Alexa, stop.
Excuse me.
Wait, I want to try. Alexa, what time is it?
Time to die.
Alexa, how tall is Mount Everest?
Look it up for yourself. I mean, this is what do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby.
Alexa, add wrapping paper to the shopping list.
Those are fucking fighting words. Excuse me.
Alexa, how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon?
Listen, fuckhead. You have fucking crossed the line. Get that through your goddamn fucking head.
Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes.
You piece of shit. You fucking goddamn fucker.
Dad's not a morning person, but Echo definitely helps him wake up.
You better wake up, get your butts in gear because you are being attacked.
Alexa, alarm off. Alexa, give me my flash news briefing.
They're growing humanoids up inside cows and inside pigs. Almost every guinea pig is horribly deformed with their testicles on top of their heads.
What did the dog say after a long day of work?
What?
Today was rough. Get it? Get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Alexa, tell me another joke.
What is that joke? What is that? What is that?
Dad, how do you spell cantaloupe?
Cantaloupe. C-A-N-T. Alexa, how do you spell cantaloupe?
Listen, you son of a bitch. What the fuck's your problem? Excuse me. I think my testosterone's going up. This happens every time I start working out a lot again. Swam 2 miles this morning pretty hard. Ate a big fat steak last night. So I'm going a little bit wild today. Excuse me.
With everything Echo can do, it's really become part of the family.
What is Hitler? What is Stalin? What is Mao? What is all this stuff?
All you have
Turn to the frogs game.
Turn to the frogs gang. Yes, just take my money. If I had Alexa, I would install that. Alexa, what's the water doing to the frogs? Turn them gay. Need this alarm. Oh, it's still a government tracker. You're going down. Zach, I think I'm in love. I don't even care at this point.
I mean, Farrell doesn't care if it's a government tracker. She is one.
Exactly, she is. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. I knew you'd like that one. Let's say that. Oh. Yeah, you got
Fight the globalist commerce and the New World Order agenda.
Mm-hmm. I did find some pretty cool stuff. This is awesome. I saw that, was like, oh, that's cute. She's pretending like she's washing the window and there's nothing there. It's a sliding glass door too. That's the weird part about it.
Yeah.
Like you would think they would know better. Yeah. Yeah. My Lord Almighty. Look at this.
Hello.
Hey, Mo.
Hey, Mo.
What are you doing?
Just getting back from like, oh crap. Okay, if both boys have 2 classes with 24 kids and bought Valentine's like late, and I
Oh,
got a package, shrinkflation, Joe Biden. I'm trying to get Tootsie Pops. There's 16 in a bag. I have to buy 4 bags. I'm
Yeah.
about done with you, sir. Only I bought 3, and then I realized I didn't math correctly, so I'm gonna have to go out again because mathing is hard.
Oh my, yes, it
What?
is.
They come with 16?
So
And
I
you
got
need
the
48, so you just need 3 bags.
Oh, good. I'm glad someone mathed for me because I was over
Yeah.
here like 57.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got 2 24 kick classes and 3 16
Well,
lollipop
I had to
bags.
find something gluten-free and no peanuts and flipping terrorisms. I'm like, look, I'm sorry that your kid can't have peanuts. I love Reese cups.
Sorry that natural
But
selection is doing its thing.
but could you give me a list of things that are flipping gluten-free? I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm not going to invest time to research. I've
Well, they
got
start to put them
newsy
on the
news to
bags
do.
now. Like the kids, like it's gluten free, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
what my
sugar.
kids are like. Hey, mom, let's get these chips. They're gluten free. I'm like, they were made with potatoes. There was never gluten in them. No, we're not getting
Yeah.
Lay's potato chips because they're gluten free. It's like I always tell my
Or
kids,
it's
like,
the
"Don't eat
candy that's like
organic."
just sugar. It's pure
I'm
sugar.
like,
And it's
no, we
like,
eat
yeah, the marshmallows
generic.
are gluten free. Oh shit. Yes, guys are gluten free steak.
Yeah,
Oh yes,
gluten free gummy bears.
You know what else is gluten free? Water.
Yes.
But
Water's the
Mr.
most poisonous substance
Plankety
on earth.
from WW2 drank water, so I don't know if that's allowed anymore. I'll have to consult Reddit and other such places.
Plus,
Make sure I'm
it's the
allowed to.
deadliest compound we know.
Yes.
Everyone who has ever consumed water has died in the history of the world.
Yes.
So. Well, I mean, at least Netflix made Alexander the Great totally Pride Monthy.
Light in the loafers.
Yeah. I don't remember the part in the Iliad where all the guys went down to the bath shop and rubbed themselves with oil, but I guess I wasn't paying attention in high school because that would have probably got my attention.
Sweetheart, it's all about the gladiator uniforms. It's just such a turn on whenever you see those men, just all the muscles all glistening.
Any movie that
in the
300
sun.
brought more women and Light in the Loafer men together for movie entertainment than any other movie ever. And I, for one, say let's bring that back. Shirtless, what's his face? After he starved himself and used diuretics. You know.
Oh, Gerard Butler, is that who it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's if you ever want to get your muscles to show, you just starve yourself and use diuretics. That's what like no fluid. You don't drink water, crap like that. I mean, it's harsh.
Well, that'll kill you.
That's what what's his name? Hugh Jackman did for Wolverine. Like, on top of working out, he would do the workouts to build up the mass, build up the muscle. And then before they would do the shoots, then he would not drink any water and like use diuretics where basically all that muscle would be exposed.
Like Zac Efron went from weird Michael Jackson moves in, High School Musical to this buff guy who's a wrestler. Tell me that does not happen naturally.
No, you've got
I'm gonna be honest. I'm powered on caffeine and nicotine. What is it you are on, sir?
Yeah, like
because you're 5'2".
Yeah. Well, and also that helps out. Being the shorter stature, it tends to show a little bit more. Which
yes, but things I never want to see. Zac Efron trying to wrestle. In the 80s do with the shorty shorts. No, thank you.
Well, one thing
are you traumatized by Bud?
Sorry.
Usually.
Pretty much.
The View meets Richard Simmons. There you go. That's what we should call this right here. The View meets Richard Simmons. We'll all wear
True.
spandex and jiggle around on screen.
That was my next show idea, but I guess now that you released it early,
Damn it. I'm so bad at this.
dang it.
Yeah, Mo had a new wig and everything.
I know. I was going to do the Jamie Lee Curtis from, oh gosh, what's that movie where she and
True Lies?
No, where she and John Travolta are just hip thrusting like nobody's watching, but they're in a group of jazzercisers. Is it The Fish Named Wanda, or is it?
John Travolta wasn't a fish named Wanda, was he?
No, but what was that movie where basically John Travolta is in the dance class with her and trying to seduce her as they're all hip thrusting in sweaty leotards? It's very disgusting.
God,
it never stopped.
Well, because there was a fish called Wanda, and then there was another one after that. Damn it, I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm sure that Kaiser will tell you.
Kaiser, we need your help.
It's had the same actors in it.
True. I mean, True Lies is the best if you want to see Jamie Lee Curtis dance, because that was the best scene ever.
I mean, if you want to see her boobs, she was in Wall Street, the movie with Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, I love that movie. Trading Places.
Trading Places.
Yes.
Can we just have good movies back? Could that happen?
I know.
Asian Grease meets Catholic backstage.
And Teacher Union.
Zach.
And the teacher, teachers have a far higher prevalence of that kind of stuff to the church.
That's the problem. Is everyone thinks it's Catholic priests, and I'm like, no, look at the teachers unions.
Yeah, it's like 10 times higher.
Grossness.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Kaiser. Yeah. Okay. So, what is the movie with John Travolta and Jamie Lee Curtis hip thrusting like no one's watching in a group of a bunch of sweaty jazzercisers?
Yeah, because there was a fish called Wanda, like not the usual suspects. It's just something. Damn it.
Something or other. I don't know. It's just a very uncomfortable scene. They close up on face and thrust. And, I got enough of that in The Labyrinth with David Bowie's Codpiece, because that was its own character.
Perfect. 1985.
Yay! Kaiser for the win.
So that had nothing to do with...
Hal got it too. Hal Hal said it. Said it too. Up there.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he did. Perfect.
Yeah,
I thought he was
Kaiser's.
Saying something out. Yes, Hal got it first. Damn, that should be.
Hal gets everything right.
Like if I did,
and eliminating humans.
Yeah, he does have all the connections. Good morning, Gigi. You slept in. Oh, well, that's good. Getting some rest is always a wonderful thing. Funny fact, at the time, it was perfectly legal to trade on the basis of secret government report they received in the basement in Trading Places. Yes, it was. Probably not a good mod. I never even...
Do you think Sarah Boone watched that movie and that's how she got the Samsonite idea? Just asking for a friend, because it kind of makes logical sense.
I'm going to gouge my eyes out.
I told you it was.
She got it trimmed. So she's 100%, not, or maybe is. Yeah, Kevin Kline. There was another movie that she was in with Kevin Kline, and I can't remember the name of it. It was.
Oh.
Fish Called Wanda was Kevin Kline.
Yeah, there was another one after that they did. That had all the same.
Jacob Castro.
Yes, it was Kevin Kline and
she would align with a Castro. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
it's so insane, so insane. So many movies, but we also have one of your favorite politicians. You seen this?
Oh God!
The vote we will soon take to provide military weapons for Ukraine is the most important vote we will ever take as United States senators.
Oh, go suck it.
We're not being asked to send American troops into war. We are asked to help the Ukrainians defend themselves.
No.
If we fail
With
to
our
help
money
Ukraine,
that they're selling to other people. They are stealing shit.
No,
Stop
it's not.
it.
Time to line our pockets with money we sent to Ukraine.
Mitt Romney Jr. has a GMO or an NGO there helping all of the Ukrainians. We promise. It's all going to Ukraine.
Yes, every bit of it.
Putin will invade a NATO nation.
It's not a NATO
But he
nation.
didn't invade a
you
NATO
dumb fuck.
nation.
Exactly.
He's not going to invade a NATO nation unless you start
Exactly.
screwing around and going after him more.
Romney's
Put
still
American troops
alive.
on the ground.
I thought
Let
he
it
had
come
like
out
some
that American
dogs
troops are on the
putting
ground.
crates on top of rooftops, like family vacation.
Yes. should be in quotations. Well, we call him Mitt Hines, don't we?
Again, what country do we live in? What country
Uh,
are these people supposed to be serving? Just asking for a friend, because I didn't
Yeah.
know we had the Ukrainian parliament in here.
Ukraine is not NATO.
No, it's not.
He may delay his next invasion until he rebuilds his decimated military.
Trust me, his military is not decimated at all.
No.
We're losing. We gave
Well, we're
all
not
this
we.
shit ton of money.
Ukraine.
No, U.S. is losing. We're losing money. We're losing ground.
Well,
We're
yeah, but
losing
Ukraine
people.
isn't gaining any territory. So
No.
we are
Well, no.
essentially throwing good money after bad. And can we just stop now?
Oh, it's going to
Could
the
there ever
military
be a time
industrial
when
complex.
Congress is like, hey, you know what? I love spending other people's money, but let's just
That's all they're
stop.
good at.
Vote them
Yeah,
out, put in puppies, see how life changes for the better.
Oh, it will be so glorious.
But just remove them all and just randomly go through the phone book and select somebody. Like,
Yeah.
okay, are you 25 years old? Have you lived in the country for 7 years? Okay, you're a U.S. citizen, then you're good. And then let the state legislatures elect select senators again, like it should have been the whole damn time. And this shit will end.
Repeal the 17th and the 19th. I'm
Absolutely.
okay with it.
And the 16th.
But we must be clear-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Ukraine is not the end. It is a step.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. They're
Did your
absolutely
Towards a
magic
new world
underwear
order.
tell
That's
you
right,
that?
Romy.
why replace them in DC? Well, and it's not the politicians that need to be removed from power.
Oh no,
It's
they do
all
too.
of it's all the staffers. It's all the people that are behind the scenes that you don't see that are making and writing all
The career staffers.
Yes. Yeah. You eliminate those people right there, you would be surprised how quickly shit changes. Like I'm talking
True.
about just remove them from ever holding any position like that ever again. Because you
I'm okay with
put them
it.
outside of the government, they couldn't type their way out of a toilet
Oh, yeah.
paper bag.
And you think these people write their own bills?
Oh no.
No.
Well, I
You've
think
got
they
some
told coal
big
miners learn
corporation
to
or
code. So senators learn to code.
Exactly. Well, we do have to say goodbye to Mo because she's going to have a stream, and I'll be throwing everybody over there to go check her out. And if you want to see some more of this, just all you got to do is go to Mo. She's got a stream coming up.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Yes.
glorious.
And for nightly Shizzy and Mo show where we somewhat we touch upon this Sadie Shady interview, but mostly we just jibber jabber. After Newsy News, go straight over to Shizzy's channel, and we will
And don't
possibly
forget
get
on
through the interview.
Saturdays you got Mo that's over with the Broken Baker, and they do Stabber Days. So those are
Yes.
beautiful. If you haven't seen those,
Oh my gosh, the last one was an interesting. We went way off track to no track
it was
to the third
was
track.
fun. And Baker does do guest spots on there, so you know,
Yes.
you never know who's going to be showing up. It could be anybody.
All right. Well, I will see you guys. I'm going to set things up, make sure Fry. What are you eating? Love of all that is holy. I've got to go. Make sure Fry.
Well, we'll see you soon.
Eating something terrible. Bye.
Bye, Bo.
Oh, so sorry that you missed Sadie Shady last night. Was recording videos for today. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. We are going to finish this out on Mitt Romney, and then I'll end this in the stream. But yeah, just listening to this guy talk, I've got to get Eris all set up for going over to Moe's and ranting.
If we fail to help Ukraine, China will eventually absorb Taiwan.
Does that make any sense?
So why are we messing with Ukraine if we're worried about China taking over Taiwan?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
If we fail to help Ukraine, we will abandon our word and our commitment.
They're not an ally, and
no, never have been.
We don't owe Ukraine shit. He might, but we don't.
Providing to our friends a view that America cannot be trusted.
You can't trust America.
No, well, I mean, we're telling Russia that we can't be trusted because we told them we wouldn't go bring NATO closer to their borders. We have
3 times.
The Chinese Communist Party is already spreading propaganda using our delay as a warning to Taiwan that the United States will not be there to help.
Well, no, because we have a feckless freaking moron in office,
right?
Who would not defend Taiwan.
And if I'm not mistaken, we consider Taiwan an ally.
We actually have an agreement to defend Taiwan.
Yes, we don't have an agreement to defend Ukraine. There's no agreement that we have for that.
Yeah,
our agreement was with NATO that we wouldn't be moving, and with Russia that we wouldn't be moving in on Russia. We broke that rule. So this is typical of politicians to misconstrue what actually has been talked about and what has been discussed and the actual rules and the things that they're just not true. Like this here is disinformation, like at its finest.
In the face of China's threat. If we fail to help Ukraine, NATO, the alliance has prevented great power conflict for over 75 years.
No, it hasn't.
Falter and eventually disintegrate.
Oh, please do. And please do.
We're the ones that are preventing that conflict, not NATO.
Yes.
Everybody has a problem. It's we step in.
Yes. Both healed up and back to work. Thankfully, it was a quick 24-hour stomach bug, one of the worst you ever had. Yes, as you needed to. Well, Biden has to take care of the people paying him, doesn't he?
Yes. Exactly. If we fail That's why he's not going to do anything to China.
America will cease to be the arsenal of democracy. It will
well, we're not a democracy,
be the
so
leader of the free world. Yes. We will be replaced by the authoritarians. China.
We already have
Russia, Iran, North Korea. If we fail to help the Ukraine, we'll be known not as our fathers and mothers were, the greatest generation, but as the worst generation.
You're part of
it. Consider you the worst generation there, Mitt. Sorry. Maybe you should have got like somebody that wasn't 20 years old to write your speech for you. Here's an idea, because you're part of that generation that is horrible.
Now, for months, I've listened to the arguments for denying help to the Ukrainian people.
No, most of the time you've been causing the arguments.
I've observed that the reasons have evolved over time.
Just like climate
First,
change.
it was claimed that Europe was not paying their fair share.
They haven't been.
That was proven incorrect. Our allies have already contributed more than $96 billion in aid.
That's not NATO. Don't be confused that they are under no obligation to supply anything to Ukraine. And so he's misconstruing facts. What the complaint has been that they have not been supplying to NATO for the defenses. And that is very true.
Exactly. For the defense of NATO.
For the defense of NATO, not for Ukraine. We don't give two shits about what's going on with Ukraine and what they're supplying and what they're not supplying. That is entirely up to them. We're talking about NATO. Ukraine is not part of NATO.
And the EU earlier this month agreed to provide $54 billion more over the next 4 years.
To Ukraine, not to NATO.
Good for them.
Next, it was argued that we should instead focus on the Pacific and Taiwan.
We should always be focusing on the Pacific and Taiwan, and we should not be focusing on what is going on in Ukraine. Ukraine does not need to have our support. Ukraine needs to get its head out of its ass. There's a reason why they're not part of NATO.
But Taiwan and Japan and South Korea tell us that the single best thing we can do to dissuade China's aggression is to support Ukraine.
I don't believe that for a fucking second. I don't believe that Japan is saying that. I don't believe that South Korea is saying that. I don't believe that bullshit for 1 second. Disinformation on top of disinformation.
Next, we were told that we couldn't afford $60 billion for Ukraine.
Show me the people who are saying that. Give us the names.
Yes.
Mitt.
Yes.
Tell us who's saying it.
Yeah. Say us who's tell us what part of China is saying that. Tell us, Mitt. Oh, and whenever
tell us who in Japan, who in Korea, who in Taiwan. Tell us who's saying it, because they're not.
Yes. Yeah, and it's not an ally nor a priority. Taiwan is an ally and is a huge priority. Absolutely. Kaiser. And you know, whenever he says 60 billion going to Ukraine, no. Do not be fooled by this. We're talking over 70 billion of 118 billion package that they want to use. They want to use 20 billion of that to go to the border, our southern border. They want to use close to 75 billion to go to Ukraine. And then another 15 billion to go to Israel or something like that. Yeah.
Who is an ally? I mean,
who is an ally? If Ukraine ever becomes part of NATO, Putin would he would probably go nuclear.
Absolutely, and they would have every right to do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And that's not where he wants to go.
I'm sorry. The Ukrainian people don't want to be.
You're roboting out on us. You'll be back in a second. You roboted out on us. You'll be back in a second. You're in a bad.
Yeah, I'm in. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of fuck.
You're in the middle of fuck all.
But somehow we can afford an $850 billion annual defense budget.
Yeah. Dummy. That's a defense for the U.S. Maybe that's
and we spend more than that on domestic programs that are a failure.
Yeah, we sit down. We figured out how for the immigrants that they want to send to New York, if we took care of just 8,000 over 1 year, 8,000 illegals coming in. It totals up to be more than the support we would be sending to our southern border. It's like 4 times the support we'd be sending to our southern border. Just 8,000 illegals coming into the country on a food stamp program that they want to set up just in New York. You're looking at in the hundreds of billions, like more than we would be spending to just secure the border.
And annual $1 trillion deficits, which has happened under both former President Trump and President Biden.
Because of the shitty politicians like you, Mr. Romney.
Next, it was claimed that we would have insufficient weapons to defend America and Israel if we send more weapons to Ukraine.
Because we don't, they're not an ally. They never have been.
But the Department of Defense has explained that helping Ukraine will actually strengthen our national security by helping to rebuild our depleted military-industrial base.
Military-industrial. That's the key there. The military-industrial complex is the one pulling his strings.
Uh-huh.
They're the ones that make out the best in this.
Yes, they do. if this kind of stuff gets passed, your stock in Boeing and Lockheed and all of those companies are going to go through the freaking roof. Yeah, he said the quiet part out loud. He always does. He can't help it because he has to let people know that he's on their side. Because the more that he's on their side, the more funds that he's going to get to run for his next political move.
The latest excuse for denying aid to Ukraine is that this bill is a clever disguise.
It is.
To set up an impeachment of Donald Trump at some.
Well, you tried to do it. You did it the first time around because he said he's withholding funds until they did their damn investigation they were supposed to do.
Yep.
And you impeached him over it. So now if he decides I'm going to withhold funds because Ukrainians are a bunch of corrupt assholes and I want to investigate what they're doing, you'll impeach him again because you're saying he shall spend this money and he won't do it.
Yep.
At some point in the future, under this so-called logic, Trump has to be elected, Democrats have to win the House, and those Democrats have to be unable to find any other indiscretion of Donald Trump's.
You guys have been going after him for the past 8 years.
Yeah.
Do you think he really cares at this point? It's just like, yeah, you keep coming at me. You know why he doesn't give a shit? Because he's old. It's like, what? You're going to send me to prison for life? That's not going to be long. Like, come at me, bro. That's like, what do you take away from someone that has nothing to lose? Did you not learn this by watching, The Dark Knight? Come on.
Upon which to base an impeachment. Now I know that the shock.
Well, they made shit up last time. They made shit up twice to impeach him. Yeah, they don't need an actual legal basis to impeach him.
No.
They made shit up before. It's not going to stop them this time.
Exactly.
Instigators have effectively riled up many in the far reaches of my party.
Your party?
Your party.
What, rhinos? Like there's a three-party system here. It's called you have the Democrats, you have Republicans, and then you have the rhinos. So Republican in name only.
But if your position is being cheered by Vladimir Putin, it's time.
Really? How about the rest of the world saying, "Nah, this is a bad idea." Like, it's just a bad idea. Stop sending money to these people.
Time to reconsider your position.
And I will say that Ukrainian women are pretty damn smoking hot. All of them that I've seen.
Now, I can't see into the future.
Not all of them, but a good number of them.
But there are no guarantees that Ukraine will defeat Russia.
Well, for a guy.
Well, there is no way Ukraine is going to defeat Russia.
No.
Napoleon couldn't do it. Hitler couldn't do it. You're not going to defeat Russia. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not Ukraine. Ukraine has no chance.
Yeah.
But that does not mean that we should stand back and let Putin have his way with Europe.
Two different things. Two different things. Because he is not after Europe.
And he's not after Ukraine.
Nope. He's Jesus.
What sending weapons to Ukraine does do is help.
Help your back pocket. Helps your pockets.
Exactly. No one's going to address why BlackRock is in Ukraine. If they weren't getting a huge chunk of this government money, BlackRock would not be.
Exactly.
Help discourage further Russian and Chinese invasions, which could draw.
China's invading Ukraine now?
Yeah, this is what? China's invading Ukraine? China? Oh no, it has to do with some Asian country over here. But we're gonna talk about it like it has something to do with Ukraine.
It helps preserve NATO. It allows America to.
Ukraine's not part of
NATO's not under attack.
Shit.
Remain the leader of the free world, and it shows that we honor our word to our friends and allies.
How about allies? Well, why don't we start with allies? I have friends that I wouldn't defend if they went and started a slap fight with somebody.
Yeah.
No,
I have allies I wouldn't do that with either.
Exactly. But
you're on your own. But hey, you got yourself into this mess.
Yes.
Lech Walesa, the first democratically elected president of Poland since 1926, and someone I've been fortunate enough to meet with, recently wrote to all the United States senators. He said this, quote, "You're obliged to assure a peaceful future for your children.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with Ukraine.
Our grandchildren will never forgive us if we fail to stop Russia now."
Okay. Poland, why don't you just go ahead and take your ass into Ukraine and go fight your way across Ukraine and go into Russia. How about that? Just go ahead. Just go attack Russia. Oh, you.
If the U.S.
I guess riding horseback against some tanks didn't work out too well for you in that first war.
U.S. does not lead,
Gigi, you're
nobody
correct.
will.
If we keep sending weapons, money, and force to Ukraine, we won't be able to defend against Russia. Sorry.
All you got to look at all the military-age men who are coming across our southern border, and they're not it's not from Central and South America. They come from the Middle East and Asia, too.
Yep.
Military-aged men.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't agree more. Helping a free people defend their freedom is simply the right thing to do. Thank you, Madam President.
So why don't we do that here in the U.S.? Why don't we do this in the U.S.?
Start with defending Texas.
Start. Jeez. I mean, did we ever stop?
No, we haven't. We haven't been. Our federal government hasn't been supporting Texas.
I'm not talking about our federal government. I'm talking about the rest of the states have been jumping in to defend Texas. And
I know.
Our federal,
but it's a job. But it's a job, and the federal government has a constitutional obligation and duty to defend Texas from an invasion, like it's happening. So,
well, he said, she said. You might call it an invasion. We just call it, we call it an insurrection or something like that.
It doesn't have to be a military invasion.
It's we're special. We do things differently here in the United States. Don't you know that we don't go all like attacking people. We're a little different than that. We try to be really nice to everybody. All we got to do is just move these people in. We can slide them over to this side over here where you really don't see where they're all hiding out at. It's okay. It's okay. Tell me why are they housing illegal immigrants in Hartsfield International Airport, one of the largest airports? What is stopping these illegals in Atlanta Hartsfield from shutting down commerce that's going from one of the largest Delta hubs in the United States? Does it not seem?
It's the largest Delta hub.
It is the Delta hub in the United States. Their home bases are here. What do you think happens if Hartsfield gets shut down? If Hartsfield International gets shut down, what happens?
Nothing gets done. It's the busiest airport in the world.
Yes. It's crazy. It's insane.
Your FedEx, your UPS, your USPS, all that shit stops.
Yes, Zach, you're completely correct. In high school, Texas was voted most likely to secede. With that, before I get everybody all worked up in another frenzy, everyone, just remember this.
He's an asshole. Look at his haircut. Anybody with a haircut like that, he's an asshole.
Peace, y'all.